Yeah, 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 yeah. Oops, I made a mess, you pop out the jet. I'm about to catch, I double the bed. I'm in the stretch from south to the west. Always the best, get home with a check. He done fucked up, put some dough on his head. Came me knocked down, left the nut on the leg. When this catch up like a motherfucking tread. Yeah, nigga fucked up tryna hide the drum on the stick on the side of switch. Call up and let pretty vibe, pull up and let her massage the dick. All that you knew ride, we whipping and swerving all kind of shit. Whipping and running, my little niggas pulling a gun and they hit when they trying to hit. I started running, we shooting rats right in their stomachs and leave them inside. Ain't nothing funny when you got a bread on the.
Hey, I'm finna have to go here in a minute. I know my folk be tripping.
Ain't twin, you about to dip already? Nah, I feel you the finna slide too. These folk ain't even popping it for real.
Yeah, the longest. Good shot for bone cracks.
Boy, you keep cutting it awfully close to your curfew.
Yeah, I know, my bad. That's my last time.
That's all right, but just before I went to sleep, I wanted to show you they got you in the newspaper again. I talked to Darnell, he say, that boy good. I told him I can't be no more proud of my grandson. But looky here, he still can't whoop me.
My name is Jaquez Hines, but I go by Quez for short. And I'm a 5-star receiver out here in Atlanta, Georgia. And yeah, that sound good and everything, but let me give y'all the breakdown of my story. Alright, so look, I grew up with my mom who was working a pretty good job and made a decent income, providing an easy life for her kids, which was me and my brother. His name is Darius, and we was actually pretty well-behaved kids growing up. And while I chose football, he chose to become a rapper, but we gonna get into that later. But like I said, everything was smooth for us. Up until my mom got real sick to the point where she was basically living in the hospital. Now, of course, this was devastating, especially for me and my brother. Her getting sick took a toll on everything, to be honest. Money started running thin, and around this time is when we had to move in with our grandparents. But while it was hard for me, I did not let it slow me down at all. I was still showing up to workout, showing up to practice, but most importantly, I was still out there dominating on that field every Friday night. I mean, yeah, it sucked that all this happened during my senior year, but at the end of the day, I had a goal in mind and I refused to let anything get in the way of me reaching it. Man, I had all the offers any high school kid could dream of from the most prestigious programs. So from the football point of view, everything was going uphill. But even when I was off the field, I was still focused. I mean, part of going to a great D1 program is academics. And I was able to maintain a 4.0 GPA throughout all 4 years of high school, making sure that on paper, I look like the perfect candidate for any school that's interested. And outside of school, I made sure to get myself a little job so I could stay occupied and stay out the way. And also, as y'all know, my mom can't work, so I wanted to be able to take care of myself too. Now, for my brother, on the other hand, he had been graduated and decided to take his rap career serious. And I ain't gonna lie, the music was hard. He was starting to get noticed, and he even ended up signing to a label. But with our mom going down sick, and him being the oldest, he felt like it was his turn to provide for the family. And that label wasn't paying him enough. Well, at least not to him. So while he was trying to grow his name as a bigger artist, and hopefully start to make more bread, he found other ways to make money faster in the meantime. This is when everything went downhill, man. He got knee deep into the streets doing stuff he ain't had no business doing. Fast forward to senior night, the last home game in the regular season. And man, I was full of emotion because my high school career is slowly coming to an end, but mainly because my mom wasn't going to be able to be in the crowd watching me. But regardless, man, I went out there and put on a clinic, breaking off for huge receptions, scoring touchdowns, man, doing anything I had to do to get our team the dub. And after having another outstanding game and getting a huge win with the team, we decided to go out and celebrate. It was me, a few of the teammates, and my brother pulled up too. He was just doing what any good big brother would do and celebrated my success with me. And while everybody enjoying themselves, having a great night, things quickly took a drastic turn. See, being in the streets come with repercussions. While we was in the party, some dude came up to my brother claiming that he be selling on his territory. Well, things escalated pretty quick, and while they was fighting, my brother dropped something. He had a gun, and when it hit the ground, it went off. Now, luckily, it didn't hit nobody, but everybody took off running, and of course, somebody called the police. And when they showed up, they found my brother's backpack that he tried to ditch before he took off. But he made the dumb mistake of leaving his ID in there. And along with his ID was wads of money, which raised suspicion. And later that night, not only did they call my brother, but they called me in there for questioning too. Apparently, after speaking to a few people that was at the party, they told the cops that when the gun fell, it was in our area. And it was unregistered, so the feds didn't know who it belonged to. But the whole time, I did. Now, of course, they let me go that same night since I wasn't convicted of anything, but they told me that if I knew something, then I better tell the truth. And the investigation was still going. So then I was stuck between a rock and a hard place, because it's either I lie to protect my brother, but I end up losing all my scholarships, or I tell the truth, go off to college, but that would mean me snitching on my blood brother. So I ain't know what to do, but they was not giving me a break. A few days after the incident, one of my teammates that was at the party hit me up, and he said the cops been breathing down his neck too, and he was tired of it. And that's when he told me that he had a video of what happened, which would also show whose gun it was. And he left me with the ultimatum to either tell the cops myself, or he would show them the video so they could leave him alone. But if he did that, then I might lose all my scholarships and a chance to go to college. So I had to make a decision, and I had to make one quick.
Your eyes never lie, even if they tell.
Police, open up. I'm here for Darius Hines.
Man, to this day, I don't know how they figured it out. Because I had made my mind up and decided to not say nothing and take that risk. And after I questioned my teammate, he said he didn't say a word either. So as y'all could guess, man, I was in complete shock. So now my brother's in jail, mom's in the hospital, and yeah, I still have to make the biggest decision of my career. And it feels like I'm doing it all alone. Y'all see it, man. After doing some hard thinking, your boy ended up committing to South Carolina. And I decided to go here because I still wanted to stay close to home while playing for a good school in the best conference. This way I can grow my brand, and I'll still be able to visit my mom and pay some visits to my brother. But I know y'all ready to watch me dominate, man, so let's get into this season. Yes, sir, man. Your boy's first tunnel walk. Got a lot of nerves coming into this one, but the good kind. You know I'm finna come in here and dominate, man. The environment is crazy, man. A big step from high school. I mean, of course, but everybody going wild, man. All these fans. Yeah, bro, I can't wait. And as y'all can see, man, the first game of the season, we're up against the University of Miami. Right off the back, man, first play of our first drive, I'm going to fade out to the left. He's going to deliver a pass my way, and I just barely get that first down. Score is 10-10 in the second quarter, and he's going to have to put this one in the air, man. But instead, he throws it straight to the defense, and they get an interception. Going back to the first play of this game again, fading out to the left, the DB going to get the best of me on this one. 50 seconds left into the half. I got one reception for 10 yards, but I'm trying to change that, catching the pass in the middle for a decent game. Very next play, I got an option to make this a comeback or out route. Y'all see what I went with, but it didn't really work. Third quarter, we up a touchdown with the score being 17-10. QB go my way on the screen, and I get us a gain of 9 yards. Not gonna lie, man, I was starting to get a little frustrated because I'm used to dominating every DB, but this is the second time. Another screen play, QB gonna shoot it my way again. This time I try to get loose, juking one defender before being brought down at the 30. Moving down that field slowly but surely. I got an in route, he gonna throw a dot for 14 yards. Catching the defense, not paying attention, man. He gonna try to press, but that's the wrong decision. I get behind him, the QB gonna lob up a dime, and I'll make my way to the end zone for my first collegiate touchdown, man. Up 2 touchdowns already, and we right back in the red zone. On the 3rd and 4, he gonna deliver a dot my way for that first down. So we end up taking that win, man, with the final score being 17-27 over the 8th ranked team in the nation. My thoughts after this first game, man, is that I absolutely love it here. Crowd is lit, man. We playing some good competition. Coach is getting me involved with 111 receiving yards off of 8 catches and a touchdown. Second game of the season is another home game, but it's a rainy one against FCS East. Starting the game off with a screen pass, and I do not get much out of this one, only 8 yards before being pushed out of bounds. A few plays later, and he had me wide open, man. He just had to lob it, but instead it gets deflected. Second drive, and we up 7-0. I got a deep slant. He gonna find me across the middle for a good gain of 18 yards. Second and 8 and off a screen pass. This one going nowhere. Started the second quarter, we up 14-0. I'm cutting across the defense on the 3rd down, but I do not get enough to get that first. Going right back to the screen pass, man, but I'm finally able to get over 10 yards, bringing this one up to the 35 before being pushed out of bounds. 2nd and 10, fading out to the left, man. He take a little bit too long getting that out to me, giving time for the defense to recover. 2nd and 10, I'm headed up the left side of the field again. He gonna deliver a dot my way this time, getting us that first down and a little bit more. Trying to add on to that lead, man. I got a deep slant, and I definitely did call for this one. He threw it my way, which winded up intercepted. 3rd quarter, and the score is still 14-0. I'm fading out to the right, bring it upfield, juke the defense before getting us some extra yards. Supposed to be a slant, but man, I cut it upfield. But I was way too open, and I pick up a decent gain. 4th quarter, we up 24-6. I make a cut inside, break out of 1 tackle before being brought down for a short gain. And once again, man, we're going to come out with the dub. The final score being 31-6. And I had some pretty good contribution to the game with 100 receiving yards off 11 catches, averaging 9 yards per catch. Starting off the season strong, man. We 2-0, but now we going up against another ranked team, which as y'all can see is Indiana. So this should be a good one. Y'all can't lie, man. That all white look crispy. That ain't the point, man. First play of the game, I got an in route for a gain of 12. 2nd and 10, we got a comeback route. QB throwing the easy pass for a gain of 9. We get on the board first and take the lead with the score being 7-0 as I grab another quick reception. 2nd quarter now, and the score is 14-7. Cooking Indiana on these in routes, and we're going to keep it going. Right back at it, another in route, another completion for a gain of 14. 3rd and 4 in the red zone. I'm trying to get my 2nd touchdown of the season. And while I do get close, I don't get enough. Coming back from halftime, we're still up 1 touchdown with the score being 21-14. We gonna pass it out to the left. Only 1 person to beat, which is the safety, and I probably would have got more if I didn't try to hurdle. But nevertheless, still a big play. Defense doing their thing, and now we're up 2 touchdowns. I don't know how this happened, but I bring in the catch for a decent game. Open on the left side of the field, the QB gonna go my way for a gain of 13. Still trying to grab the 2nd touchdown in my season, and I'm wide open on the left side of the field. QB gonna look my way for my 2nd touchdown, man. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. 14 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The score is now 35-21. QB gonna find me in the middle, and I take this up for a huge gain, getting 1 defender off me before being brought down close to that 30. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I wasn't expecting this at all, but they give me the handoff. I'm looking for somebody to pass it to. I had one in the back of the end zone. I went with the safe option. We end up getting 3 points out of that drive, making it 38-21 as I grab another reception for 9 yards. South Carolina comes out on top with another win, with the final score being 45-21. I might have just had the game of the year off a whopping 197 yards for 13 catches and a touchdown. Right back on the home turf, man. It's a rainy day, and we got a real test as we are facing off against Texas, our biggest test of the year so far. We get stalled our first drive, and Texas goes up 3. My first reception comes out for this comeback route. Now the 2nd and inches, they're going to go right back to me again, grabbing us that first down. Faking into the inside, cutting back outside. He going to deliver a dot my way. And I don't know about y'all, but I see a whole lot of green grass. Taking off for a huge gain, being brought down by the 20. We got all the momentum in the world after that play, looking to get a touchdown. And bro, he gonna throw a knee interception off of my comeback route, putting the end to all the momentum we just had. They go up 10 to zip as I bring in another reception off a deep in route.
A strike downfield.
And even after that interception, man, I'm still full of energy and I feel good on the field.
And they are threatening on first down.
DB must not know the name, man. He gonna try to press me off the line, and that does not work. QB finally throws a lob, and I get into that end zone, man. What a good catch.
Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated.
Just so y'all know, man, I'm not cheating y'all. We playing on Heisman difficulty. Don't be in the comments hating, man. I'm just cold like that. Score is now 17-7. They go down and score 2, but I get another reception off a comeback.
Got a man.
Trying to get on that board before it get out of hand, man. They gonna leave me open on the street. Lenore Sellers actually throwing down today, and I get us another big game.
Bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
This guy already has it.
I'm getting cheated by the refs, man. I'm right there in the end zone. Could have sworn I had my feet in bounds, but they did not call a touchdown. Third quarter now, man, and we getting demolished. Score is now 31-10. I got another reception, but I mean, do it really mean much? Cutting upfield, I got an out route. He gonna go my way again, and I bring in another big reception.
Makes a connection. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds.
Down there in the red zone, man, the QB got an easy pass. Connects with me for my second touchdown of the game. Going crazy against Texas.
Touchdown, Gamecocks.
That was the last of our highlights, man. Texas will go on to give us our first L of the season with the final score being 31-17. As y'all seen, your boy was showing out today. I feel like I played better against better competition. I finished this one with 11 receptions for 171 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Let's get back to being.
Game 5 of the season, and we all see that Go Big Blue. Y'all already know who we're going up against. Just in case you don't, man, we up against Kentucky. And this was actually one of my options of schools I would go to. But let's see if we can bounce back after taking that tough loss.
Joined here in the booth by a couple of legends.
Back-to-back rained out game. I'm telling y'all that because he threw a beautiful pass, but it slipped straight through my fingers. 3rd and 12, and it looks like we a little shaken up from last week's loss as the QB oversells me. Neither of us score, and I'm supposed to go with a streak, but I fade into the inside. He gonna throw a dot my way. I bring this one in for a huge game.
Some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often.
Lined up with nobody in front of me, I audible myself to a post. Should have been a big play, but he throws a horrible pass.
And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big time.
At least we go on the board, taking the lead with the score being 3-0. I got a comeback route, and this gonna slip through my fingers too. Beating that DB off the line, I got an in route. He gonna go my way, and I bring this one in for a decent game. Trying it again, man. I got another comeback route. He gonna throw a dot my way, and I bring this one in finally.
Makes the catch. It's high.
Right there in the red zone. It should be an easy completion, but it slipped through my hands again. And for a second time, man, the rain in Kentucky must be different. 3rd quarter, and we're up 10-0. I'm open, fading out to the left, but what are these passes he's throwing? Yeah, man, the offense is really struggling this game. As y'all can see, he goes my way again, but that pass slips through my fingers. Going right back at it, man. I got another in route, and this one I'm able to bring in. Marching down that field, and I got a post. Finally, he gonna deliver a dot my way for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Gamecocks. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job.
4th quarter, defense doing their thing, and the score is 17-3. I got a jet sweep, trying to give me some wiggle room, but I can only get 5 yards out of this one. Very next play, I got a comeback route on the 3rd and 6, making sure I bring this one in so we can get that first down. 3rd and 3, all we need is that first, but we're going to go for more. Delivering the pass my way, getting us inside that red zone. And despite us having a bad offensive showcase, we still come out on top with the score being 24-3. Like I said earlier, man, we lucky our defense was doing their thing. Y'all seen I dropped way too many passes. It got to be something about this rain, man. But despite me having a rough game, I still finished with 111 receiving yards off of 7 catches and 1 touchdown.
So this squad got a good win today.
They sure did. They put the rest.
Mr. Hines, many would say the SEC is the most prestigious conference in college football. Knowing this, how do you feel your transition has gone from high school to college?
I feel like my transition's been pretty good so far. I look forward to playing against good competition, and that's part of the reason why I decided to play in the SEC. And also, when you got guys like my teammates and my coaches that got your back even outside of the field, it makes the transition pretty easy.
You're a freshman, but you're already playing like a veteran. What's your mindset going into each game?
I mean, my mindset is honestly doing whatever it takes to get the win, and I feel like the whole team would agree with that. We put in a lot of work behind the scenes, and it's all for a purpose at the end of the day. We trying to go as far as we possibly can, and hopefully that's a championship game. And I wouldn't be playing at a high level if I didn't have a quarterback playing at a high level also. And he wouldn't be able to throw the ball if we didn't have our O-line taking care of their assignment. So when we all play as a team, we all succeed. If y'all was tapped into the first episode, then y'all know I came into college not with the best mindset. Man, I had a lot going on in my life. But after these first 5 games of the season, man, everything flipped for the better. Judging off the intro, y'all see I'm starting to get some recognition. But even outside of football, my personal life has been going uphill too. Like for starters, I was able to use some of that money I made from working my job back home and from signing a few small NIL deals and get myself a whip. And a pretty nice one too, if you ask me. And I was able to make a video visitation call to my brother. I mean, it felt good to talk to him and see a smile on his face. He let me know that he wasn't gonna be in there for too long, and I can't wait till the day he come out. And I also let him know that our mom is doing better. And of course, I had to let him know how good I'm doing in football. And just as I expected, he was proud of me and everything I'm accomplishing. And to add the cherry on top, we had a little event on campus where some of the players were invited to work in the shop, giving a chance for all the fans and the kids to come meet the players in person. And I was one of those people that got invited. And y'all can see by the smile on my face, man, I was actually enjoying that event. To see people buying that number 7 jersey with my name on the back, it was lit, man, I can't lie. But eventually, my eyes got locked on to something decent. So I started chopping it up with this girl that had walked in, and she told me she'd be at all the home games and she already knew who I was. So we continued to chop it up, and you already know I left with that phone number. So yeah, man, despite the way I was feeling when I came into college, everything been going good for your boy lately. I'm in high hopes and I'm ready to go out on that field and dominate. Picking up right where we left off, man. 6th game of the season, we up against Tennessee, currently ranked number 13 in the nation. But that ain't finna put no fear in our hearts, man. We here to play. First drive of the game, and it's 2nd and 20. I got a go route, and he gonna throw it up my way without me even calling for the ball. And double coverage is kind of a compliment, but man, this can't happen, because this winds up getting intercepted. Tennessee is up 10, and I got a post wide open down the middle. He gonna throw a dot my way. I pick up a huge gain, getting us inside the red zone. Coming back from halftime, I only got 1 catch and scored 7 to 10. I'm fading out to the left to receive my 2nd catch of the game. 3rd and 6, I'm supposed to have a go route, but I'm just trying to get that first down. So I come back to the ball for that first. Very next play, I got a full head of steam getting down that field. The QB's gonna throw in the double coverage again, but I guess this is why he believed in me, because I come down with a huge catch. Mean head tap catching 2 bodies. And the ref called pass interference. That make it look 10 times worse. After making that big play, man, that's only right I get rewarded. Heading out to the left, the QB's gonna throw my way for that touchdown. Just in case y'all need a reminder, man, we are playing on Heisman. The whole series will be on Heisman. Tennessee will go up 3, making the score 17 to 14. I got to come back for a gain of 8 yards. 2nd and 8, trying to take the lead again. I'm cutting out to the left. He gonna throw a dot my way, getting us that first down and more. Your boy making big plays this game, man. Got another go route. He gonna go my way again. Throwing a beautiful ball behind the defense, and I get us inside the 10. After scoring 2 more touchdowns, man, we end up taking the win with the score being 28 to 17. I already know I'm finna see some highlights of myself on ESPN and all over TikTok, man. I can't wait. But I end this one with 161 receiving yards off 11 targets, 8 catches, and a touchdown. Game 7, we had an away game against the Arkansas Razorbacks. And after taking that dub against Tennessee, man, we came out to this one on fire. So to be honest, man, Arkansas ain't really put up too much of a battle. We ended up taking that dub with the final score being 42 to 23. And of course, I put on the show with 176 receiving yards off of 9 catches and 3 touchdowns. Game 8, and we back at the crib. Now this right here is a big game, not only for the team, but also for me personally. Not only can it determine how good of a team we actually are, but it can also give me some bragging rights, man. And the reason that I say that, if y'all haven't put 2 and 2 together yet, we are up against my home state of Georgia. And right now, they are currently ranked number 3 with a perfect record. When y'all see the camera zoomed out, man, y'all know I'm locked in. Cutting out to the left, QB gonna throw a dot my way for a gain of 14 off the rip. Very next play, I got an in route, and he gonna go my way again, connecting with me for another gain of around 14. Trying to tie this game up and get on that board too, man. I'm fading into the right, and I get real close to that end zone before they bring me down. Looking to grab my 4th reception of the game, and it came in the end zone, man. Feel good to score against your home state and tie the game up. It's gonna be a long one. They go down and kick a field goal, making the score 10 to 7. When it's 3rd and 1, I'm just looking to get that first down, which I do. Very next play, I got a short slant for a gain of 5. And again on the 3rd down, I come in clutch, grabbing us that first. Another third down, man. We're still putting this job together. Supposed to have a corner route, but I cut inside. Getting some open space. He gonna deliver a dot for a huge gain. We get a touchdown to take that lead, and they go kick another field goal, making the score 14-13, and I'm wide open on another end round, cooking the defense right now.
The freshman brought down after bringing that one in. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early.
Minute left in the half. I got another out route. He gonna go my way. I get past that defense and keep my feet moving to get past that first down. Down here in the red zone with 25 seconds left in the half. I'm just getting open, and y'all see I grabbed my second touchdown of the game, man. Let's go.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers.
We're up 21-13 in the third quarter now as the QB connects with me for a gain of 8. Facing another third down on the 3rd and 7. I got an easy first down, but he could not connect with me on this one. That pass rush must have got to him. They stood on scoring. We get the ball back, headed across the field. He looking my way. I don't know who fault that is, man. I think that was a bad ball, but I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comments. Regardless, man, they get that interception, and that hurt us. Luckily, they only get a field goal out of this, making it 16-21. The 3rd and 4, he gonna deliver for that first down. At least I thought it was a first down. Apparently, we still had a 4th and 1. They go up 22 to our 21 as I catch a pass between the hashes. 2nd and 10, I got another out route to the left, trying to get around that defense, but he gonna bring me down after a gain of 7. As we moving down the field, I'm fading out to the right. He gonna throw a pass my way that gets intercepted for the 2nd time. And after him throwing that interception, man, we gonna end up taking the L. The final score being 22-21. A 1-point loss. Even though I did have a good game, I would not have bragging rights. And in that bottom right corner, y'all can see I ended the game with 17 receptions for 183 yards and 2 touchdowns. But even after that loss, man, I had a few things to celebrate, winning National Offensive Player of the Week, along with the SEC Player of the Week. Next up, man, we up against Auburn, currently ranked number 14. They go up 10-0 before I even get my first reception. The QB gonna zip one out to me on the right side of the field for a gain of 21.
Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Great job by the offense. Listen to the
Very next play lined up on the left side of the field. I'm cutting out. QB delivers my way for a gain of 8. 2nd and 2, I got an end route. He gonna go my way again. Nearly deflected, but I'm able to bring this one in for a decent game before it being brought down.
It's Hines. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play.
2nd and 5 in the red zone. I'm fading out to the left where he gonna float one my way. And I make a nice grab, putting us on the board for 6.
Gamecocks snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Auburn did not come to play, man. They went down and scored again, making it 17-7 as I snag another pass for 9 yards. 3rd and 1, and I got a go route. Not even caring about the safety help over top. I'm calling for that ball. He got all his trust in me, and I'm going to come down with another big grab, man. 40 seconds left in the half. I'm cutting out to the left for an easy touchdown completion.
Touchdown, South Carolina. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that was a really big score here.
Score is now 14-20 in the 3rd quarter. I called for that ball thinking he gonna lob it, but nope, he gonna throw an interception. And to make matters worse, man, he gonna take this one all the way back. Down 27-14, he gonna deliver another pass my way, but I get lit up. Trying to get back into this one, I start fading the inside. He gonna deliver a pass between the hashes, and I dive for a nice catch. He ends up throwing another interception, and they go up 27-14. I bring in another reception. Defense is playing zone, and I'm left wide open. The safety got to make a decision. But by the time he did, it was too late, man, with a big reception. Trying to cut back into this one, man. Like I said, I'm cutting out to the left. Defense is nowhere to be found for an easy touchdown. Making this my 3rd of the game. I'm the only one that scored on the team. We end up taking our 2nd loss back-to-back with the final score being 28-38. We're going to have to get this thing back on track. But I still put on the show with 15 catches for a crazy 255 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns on Heisman. Over the next few weeks, y'all boys, we started to get things back on track. First, we took on Mississippi State, but it wasn't a cakewalk, man. Their defense did their thing, keeping this from being a high-scoring game. We were still able to get that dub with the final score being 16-3, and I ended the game with 169 receiving yards off of 15 catches. And after that, we had another home game against the Florida Gators. Now, I honestly thought this would have been closer, but we demolished them with the final score being 45-17. And I had one of my more calmer games, finishing with 8 receptions for 78 yards and a touchdown. Last game of the regular season, y'all boys, and as y'all can see, we got a real challenge on our hands. Going up against Clemson. Our chances of going to the championship is pretty much dead, but we are bowl game eligible. But we are still looking to give Clemson an upset. Backed up in our own end zone off the rip. I get my first reception coming back to the pass for a gain of 8. Camera zoomed out, y'all know what that means, man. I get my second reception of the game off a deep end route while Clemson is up 7-0. 2nd and 14, man. We backed up a little bit. I'm trying to eat up some of those yards. Now I'm able to do so off of this dime. Moving down that field slowly but surely, I got a comeback route. Now I haul this one in right in front of the 30. It's supposed to be a streak, but I end up fading inside to give the QB a better look. We bring this one inside the 10.
Open, making plays. This dude has been unbelievable. He's being mentioned in the Heisman.
They score again, making it 7-14 as I eat off of this end route, picking up some extra yards before being brought down.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Late in the half, the score is now tied 14-14, and I pick up my first touchdown of the game, giving us a 6-point lead before halftime.
6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead.
Start of the third quarter, the score is 21-14. Backed up at a 2nd and 16, he's going to deliver a pass my way, and I get us that first down and more. Thudding into the inside and cutting back out, he's going to deliver a pass my way, and I'm able to get us a gain of 10 with this one. Inside the 20, I got a go route, but I'm cutting out to the left as soon as I get into the end zone for my second touchdown of the game.
Touchdown Gamecocks. South Carolina starting to...
Fourth quarter, and we up 28-17. I'm fading out to the left. He's going to deliver a dot my way. They leave me wide open for my third of the game, man.
And they take it in for 6 more points.
Surprisingly, we putting a beating on Clemson with the score being 35-17, and I'm going to just add on to that. 4 touchdowns in 1 game on Heisman is crazy.
They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
So obviously, man, we end up putting a spanking on Clemson, winning that Palmetto Trophy, and we on cloud 9 right now, man. We put on a good show, and I also put on a good show, finishing this game with 218 receiving yards off of 14 receptions and 4 touchdowns. And by the end of the season, I had won the Fred Biletnikoff Trophy, first team All-SEC, first team All-American, freshman All-SEC, and freshman All-American. And after having a pretty good season, we ended up being invited to the Texas Bowl against Texas Tech, ranked number 25 in the nation. Here it is, man, the Texas Bowl, the last game of our season, last game of my freshman season, and I got to end it out on a bang. Moving down that field quick, and we already threatening the score, getting my first reception. They bring me down right outside the 20. First and goal, the defense sniffed out that screen pass, going absolutely nowhere. But on that 3rd and goal, I'm fading out to the left, leaving me wide open for the first touchdown of the game, putting us up early. They don't score, and we facing the 3rd and 10. He gonna pass it to me on his out route, but I'm stopped a few yards short. But we did go for it, and we got it. Now facing another 3rd down with 8 yards in front of us, I'm gonna get that. Duke one defender, swing out of a few tackles before being brought down close to that 30. But sadly, we don't score, and it's not a 3rd quarter. We still up 7-0. I bring in another big reception.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Coach called that jet sweep. QB gonna give me that handoff. Trying to get around that edge, man, but it's looking real slim. I only get a gain of 6 out of this. But that very next play on the 2nd and 4, I got a deep in route. He gonna shoot it my way, getting us right there outside the 30.
Good execution. They moved the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Didn't get a chance to contribute much this game, but we did end up winning with the final score being 20-7. Being able to take that Texas Bowl trophy home with us. What a good way to end the season off, man, with a dub. Now I finished this game with 9 receptions for 91 yards and a touchdown.
Feeling young, but they treat me like the OG. And they want the T on me, I swear these is nosy. Said he put some money on my head, I guess we gon' see. I won't put no money on his head, my niggas owe me. I gotta be single for a while, you can't control me. Uno those traits in a race, they can't hold me. And I show my face in a case, so you know it's me. Imitation isn't flattery, it's just annoying me. And I'm too about it. And the dirt that they threw on my name turn to soil.
So the last time y'all seen your boy, I had just finished my freshman season of college football, and I performed well enough to end my season winning the Fred Biletnikoff Award, amongst many others, which is what y'all saw in the intro when I was at the award ceremony. Now look, y'all, being the best receiver in college football comes with a lot of perks, as y'all could guess. And I must say, my life has changed completely, all in good ways, of course. I've been getting invited to multiple podcasts and interviews, you know, growing my brand and gaining that exposure. Cause all of this is gonna play a part when it comes time for me to enter my name into that draft. And on top of that, I've been blessed enough to get some more big name NIL deals. And hey man, I can't even lie, y'all. According to my agent, I'm one of the highest paid athletes in college. And even though money wasn't my motive, if I'm being honest, I mean, it was music to my ears, of course. And so y'all know I had to plan something special. Back home in Atlanta, Georgia, my family got together and threw a little cookout to celebrate my success. A few of my cousins, my aunts and uncles, a few of my guys that I went to high school with popped out. But most importantly, my mom was able to be there and celebrate with me also. Y'all know she been having her own struggles, but now she's out of the hospital and enjoying herself. And after hanging out for a while, I had to grab everybody's attention and make an announcement. So as everybody here probably know, right before I made my college commitment, I had a lot on my plate, you know, with my brother getting arrested. All of my scholarships were at risk. But instead of that slowing me down, I was able to find that motivation to get up and grind. And after doing that, I was able to have a great freshman season, and I'm in a much better place now. And I say that because, in a way, my mom was going through the same thing. But as y'all can see, she fought through it, and now she's in a better place also. So y'all clap it up for her, man. And y'all wait right here. I'm going to be right back. And y'all see it, man. I was able to give my mom her dream car. And as y'all can tell by everybody's reaction, they was all excited, especially her. And of course, before I left Atlanta, there was one more thing I had to do. I was finally able to go visit my brother in person. And I'm sure he's going through a lot, but from what I could see, he's doing all right. And for the unanswered question that everybody that's been watching since episode 1 is wondering, it turns out that nobody snitched on him, which means that he turned himself in. He knew I had a lot on the line, and his words to me was that brothers are supposed to look out for each other, and that's what he did. So while I did enjoy myself back home, it was time to come back to South Carolina and get myself ready for this upcoming season. There's a lot of high expectations for me, and I work best under pressure. So I know for sure I ain't gonna let nobody down. First game of the sophomore season, and to start things off, we up against number 6 ranked Miami, and we're ranked number 17. First play of the first drive, the DB right on my hip. It was supposed to be an out route, but I ended up making it a comeback, getting out of one tackle and picking up some extra yards before being pushed out of bounds. A few plays later, lined up in the slot, I got an out route. QB looks my way, and I get us inside the 10. Showing that I did not let up, man. I get 2 catches on the first drive and top it off with a touchdown, giving us that early lead against Miami. Already up 7-0, and we right back in the end zone. With that same exact route, I get my second touchdown of the game, putting us up 13-0.
This guy's starting to prove that he is a mismatch for this defense. Second touchdown of the day.
Beating that DB off the press, he gonna throw a dot between 2 defenders, and I bring this one in. 3rd and 16, lined up in that slot again. I got an in route, and he gonna look my way, getting us that first down and more. Miami don't know what to do. We are now up 17-0 as I catch a deep pass between the hashes.
He's got a man down the middle. He saw them at the 45, but that's good for a first down.
Chris, I cannot believe we're still in.
Fourth quarter now, we are up 24-3 as I'm fading out to the left to receive a dime from my QB. Late in the game with a big lead, and coach still want to put the ball in the air. And off of this slant, he gonna look my way again, and I pick up some good yards.
They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Another big play for this offense, Kirk. They are not.
First game of the season, and we came out and made a statement. Up against the number 6 ranked team, we came out and took a big dub with the final score being 34-6. Y'all see I had a big game with 171 receiving yards off 11 catches and 2 touchdowns. Feeling good coming off of a big win in the second game of the season. We up against the FCS school. Definitely expecting for this to be a cakewalk. First play of the game, I'm cutting out to the left, starting this one off right, making a nasty catch for a gain of 12. Later that drive on a 2nd and 7, I got a comeback route. QB goes my way, I slip out of one tackle, gaining some extra yards before getting popped. But it's all good, I got right back up.
Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 27.
Down inside the red zone, looking to get our first 6 on the board, and I am able to do so, man, getting my first touchdown of the game. Early in the second game of the season, and I already got 3 touchdowns. So far, it's looking like I'm going to have another standout year.
This guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now, he's entered.
First play of the second quarter, up 7. I'm just fading out to the flat and receive a heater for a gain of 7. Up 14 to zip in the second, and they completely screw up on his zone defense, leaving me wide open. And don't get me wrong, I know I ain't the fastest in the game, but when I see all that open field, ain't nobody finna catch me as I score my 2nd touchdown of the game. 4th of the season, man. Let's get it. Again, as expected, another blowout win. The final score being 38-0. We came out here and dominated once again like we should. And as y'all can see in that bottom right corner, I finished the game with 8 receptions for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. Game number 3, and we up against UNLV. One more dub, and it's considered a winning streak. Currently ranked number 7, and the whole team is feeling great right now. Coach been lining me up in the slot more frequently, as I do right here, and bring in that catch off of that comeback route, losing one defender and picking up some big yards before being brought down. And I forgot to address the elephant in the room. Yes, I did change my number to number 6. I just think it looked better low-key. Up 7 zip, backed up in our own end zone. Got another comeback route. I slip out of one tackle, but I don't get far before being brought down. Starting this one off in motion. Taking off upfield with a head full of steam, fading out to the left. He gonna throw a dot my way for a big gain. It's dangerous when I get inside that red zone, man. Reaching across the DB's body to catch a nasty touchdown. And if y'all don't get it yet, I'm on a different type of timing this season.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver.
And yes, before y'all start getting suspicious, we still are on Heisman. Don't think I'm gonna be seeing y'all be hating in the comments. Up 14-0, right back in the slot. Cutting across the field, the QB gonna throw a dot my way. I get out of one tackle and get enough to get that first down. Yeah, we got a new quarterback, but just like last season, he don't mind throwing in a double coverage. When Quez Hines is in the area, going up and getting a mean head tap on 2 defenders. Stop playing with him. And I told y'all I'm on a different type of timing. Like, just look at it, man. This might be my best catch. Third quarter up 21-0. It's looking like it's going to be another blowout. But as y'all can see, I'm still making big plays. 3rd and 7, trying to keep this drive alive. He going to go my way off an in route, picking up that first down and more. A few plays later with a go route. Look how beautiful this pass is. Only to where I can get it. Perfect pass, setting us up in great field position. So we score again, making it 28-0. Got like a little fake slant comeback, getting past those defenders, juking out one before being brought down. Still on that same drive, getting closer and closer to the end zone. I got a corner route. QB gonna throw a dot my way, and I get us right outside the end zone. Low-key can't believe we cooking these teams like this on Heisman mode. We take another blowout victory with the final score being 38-0. Boy had a huge game with 277 receiving yards off of 19 catches and a touchdown. I mean, these is like video game numbers or something. After one away game, we are right back on the home turf, taking on the infamous Texas Longhorns. Definitely our biggest test of the season so far. Hey man, we looking to stay undefeated. Things did start off a little rough on the 3rd and 18. He gonna throw in the triple coverage, and I can't bring this one in. So they go up a field goal, and I got a comeback route, able to get out of one tackle, lose the defense, stiff arm another defender before being brought down.
It's a nice game. You move the football up to the 27.
That was pretty.
2nd and 7, moving down that field. I got an out route. The QB gonna throw a beam my way, getting us up past that 40 before stepping out of bounds. Sadly, we have to punt the ball off. They go up 6-0. On the 3rd and 14, I bring in another reception for a big gain in that first down. We finally get a field goal, and on the 3rd and 1, we gonna lob a pass my way, but I cannot bring this one in, man. I'm not feeling like myself. But they go up 13 to R3 late in the 3rd quarter. I'm cutting out to the left, and I make a nice catch on that sideline. Thankfully, one of my boys, Malik Clark, gets into that end zone, making it 10-13 if we get that field goal. It is now a 3-point game. I got another comeback route for a gain of 10. Minute 40 left in the game, but we in that red zone, so y'all know what that means. I'm looking to get open, and I do. Scoring my first touchdown of the game and putting us on top late in the game, man. So in the last minutes of the game, we just barely scraped by Texas, taking that dub with the final score being 17-13. I still had a good game, finishing with 104 receiving yards off of 8 catches and a touchdown. After checking Texas off the list, I've now moved up to rank number 3 in the nation. And as y'all can see, for game number 5, we were up against Kentucky. But man, I don't know what happened, but we start this game off pretty shaky too, with the first play of the game being a fumble and a turnover. So they go up 7-0. I beat the DB off the line, and the QB throws a beautiful ball in between 2 defenders for a big gain, getting us up past midfield. Back-to-back receptions. This time I got an out route. The QB gonna look my way again. Get out of 1 tackle, but I don't get much before being brought down. 2nd and 10, coming out of the slot. I got another out route. He gonna float one my way, and this one gets us at a 3rd and inches. 2nd quarter, and the score is now 3-7. We're down. And I make the catch right before being met with the defense.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Facing another 3rd down, I'm just looking to get that first, and I do off of this comeback. Another 3rd and 7, and another comeback route works to perfection, getting us that 1st down and more. We end up having to settle for another field goal, making it 6-7, as I bring in another reception off an in route. My chance to get us our first touchdown, and it slips right through my fingers. It is now 3rd and goal, but I'm determined to get that touchdown that I dropped, spinning out of 1 tackle and taking this up to get into that end zone for the first 6 of the game.
Job on their final drive of the first half, David. Calm, cool, collected. They had balance.
4th quarter, and the score is now 21-18. We're up. I can't really get no big plays, but I'm cooking off these comeback routes, so I stick with it. 3rd and 11, the QB audibles me to a corner route, and he gonna throw it my way, and I'm wide open to catch it. And after a hard-fought game, and we end up taking that win with the final score being 21-18. But these teams are starting to get closer than we like, but I finished the game with 128 receiving yards off of 12 catches and a touchdown. After going 5-0, we are now ranked number 2, going up against another team that's 5-0, ranked number 8, Tennessee. This is going to be another good test for us. My first reception of the game, we had a 2nd and 7, and I got a comeback route, and I bring this one in. Trying to hit him deep early in the game, he going to throw a dot only to where I can get it. And of course, I make that catch, getting us inside the red zone.
He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And I love it when quarterbacks attack the
Tennessee looking like they not ready to play. Man, I get the easiest touchdown I'll probably get all season, giving us that early lead in the game.
Touchdown, South Carolina.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football.
Up 7-0 on the 2nd and 4. I complete a short comeback route for a gain of 3. We don't get that first down. Tennessee scores a field goal, but fading out to the right, the QB gonna throw a dot my way, and I pick up some big yards.
Talented they are, and David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
I've never seen a comeback route work so good so often. It seems like every time I catch one, I'm able to get past that defense for some extra yards. Trying to get down that field and score a touchdown. I'll start this one off in motion again, fading out to the left. QB gonna lob one deep, and I'm able to bring this one in, getting us right outside that 10-yard line. Inside the red zone, I got a slant, and again, I get behind that defense way too easy for another elementary touchdown. I don't know what's going on with Tennessee defense, but hey, I ain't complaining.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence.
Score is now 14-6. Late in the 2nd quarter, I receive another dime. It is now the 3rd quarter. The score still remains the same. And on the 3rd and 2, I catch a short reception for that first. He don't score on that last drive, and they don't either. Fading out to the right, he gonna throw a dot my way, and I pick up another big gain.
Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
I'm not gonna lie, that DB was low-key getting the best of me, but off of this comeback, I'm able to adjust, bring in that reception, get out of 1 tackle, but I don't go anywhere. Trying to stretch that lead late in the game, I got another comeback route, and I grab my 3rd of the game.
Through the air for the score. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the
last play of the 3rd quarter. On the 3rd and 2, he gonna give it out to me in the flat, but I don't get enough for that first down. In a close game with it being 21-13. But luckily, even after them getting the ball back, they don't score. Me and the QB connect for another big play. I know I can catch, but he gonna add another aspect to the game off of the toss, and I take this one up for a decent amount of yards, getting set up with some great blocks, getting us past midfield. This is a very important drive. Late in the 4th quarter, up 21-13. On that 3rd and 10, I'm going to get us that first down and keep it going. Another close game, but we came out on top again with the final score being 24-13. I had another huge standout game with 237 receiving yards off of 19 catches and 3 touchdowns, man, going crazy.
Set on the college football playoff and a national championship. They have that kind of talent. They're not surprised they're 6-0. They're looking.
Mr. Hines, this court has carefully reviewed the facts of your case, your conduct during incarceration, and the time you have already served. The charge against you was a serious one: public endangerment involving an unregistered firearm. Such actions place the public at risk and cannot be taken lightly. However, over the course of your sentence, you have met every requirement placed before you. You have completed your time, participated in the programs offered to you, and, according to the records, maintained good behavior throughout your incarceration. It is the decision of this court that you have satisfied the terms of your punishment in full. You are hereby released from custody, effective immediately, with no further obligations to this court. Mr. Hines, this is a rare opportunity. Not everyone who comes through this room gets the chance to walk out with a clean slate. I urge you to use this freedom wisely, to stay away from trouble and to make choices that will lead to a better life for yourself and those who care about you. The mistakes of your past do not have to define your future. This case is now closed. You are free to go.
Never lie, even if they tell. Sweet lullabies that come with the smell of a dozen roses flipping down a green hill. You living in a world that comes with
Dang, twin, it feels so good to be home. I ain't even for the front like I wasn't in there going through it. But it's all good though, I put through. Head high like a soldier, but you look like you doing pretty good yourself, little bro. Look like you done got you some money. Now for real, how you been doing though, my boy?
I mean, I've been good, you feel me? I can't complain. You know, they start paying in college, like, I got different brand deals and stuff. So yeah, I've been doing pretty good for myself. I'm just glad you and mom is back home now. That's what I was really worried about, but now everything back to normal, we good now.
Nah, that what's up. I'm already knowing. So it look like you need to celebrate just as much as I do. I'm ready to have some fun.
Nah, bro, you ain't ready to have nothing until you get that mess off the top of your head.
Man, go ahead on, bro.
I'm really real. I'm real. I'm really, really real. I'm real. I'm really, really real. I'm real. 'Cause before you know it, everything's gone.
I promise that I know you very well. Your eyes never lie, even if they fail. Out the sky and your optics turn stale. With a mold that's green, I can see you fit the bill. I'm living in a world that comes with plan B.
So as y'all just seen, man, after going up against Arkansas for the 5th game of the season, which was actually a pretty hard fought game, but as y'all know, I made some big plays along the way. I was able to score a big touchdown for us. And at the end of the game, we had barely just defeated Arkansas with the score being 28-21, remaining undefeated. While I had a good game for 144 receiving yards with 12 catches and a touchdown, we had a bye week after this game, and that's when I came down here to Atlanta, and I was able to catch my brother's court day, as y'all seen, and he got released. Now, of course, this was a big moment for not just me, but my whole family. I mean, if y'all been watching since episode 1, then y'all know for a minute, it felt like my family was going downhill. But then my mom got released from the hospital and my brother's released from prison. So y'all can only imagine the excitement I'm feeling right now. And believe me, we gonna need it because we finna go on a little stretch against good teams. And if we wanna have a shot at getting that championship, we gonna all have to go out there and ball, especially me. Starting with the 13th ranked team in the country, which is Georgia. Now y'all know every time we play Georgia, it's more meaningful to me because that's where I'm from. So it's only right I come out here and dominate, catching my first touchdown pass of the game. Late in the second, we up 17-7 as I got an out route, but that gets picked off. And even though I chased him down for the tackle, it changed the whole momentum of the game.
And linemen, you see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confused.
They end up kicking a field goal, making it 10-17. I'm coming out of the slot. QB finds me, take off for one tackle, and I'm on my way to the end zone, man. Nobody gonna stop me. Adding on to that lead, man. Let's go. And once again, we were able to come out on top and remain undefeated with the final score being 24-17. And as y'all can see in that bottom right corner, I had 12 receptions for 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. Next up, we had an away game against Auburn. And I got busy at the start of the game, man. It's the first drive, I got an out route. I slipped one tackle, juke defenders out their shoes, and take off until I get past that 20. And also on that first drive is when I would get my first touchdown off a comeback, just barely getting it past that pylon.
They punctuate the
Coming back from that 2-minute warning, the score is now 14-7. For inside slant, I'm still making some big plays. Late in the third quarter, the score is 24-14. QB throwing in a double coverage, but it's all good because I'm bringing that one in. 3rd and 10, starting off in motion. Started the fourth quarter, looking to get that first down and keep this drive going. I'm fading out to the left. The QB going to deliver a dot my way, and we get past that 20.
Grabs a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
So we take another win with the final score being 30-21. 3 games left on the season. We could go undefeated all the way. I finished the game with 232 receiving yards, 17 catches, and a touchdown. Right back on the home turf where we took on Mississippi State. And just being real, man, even though this is a good team, they must not have had their heads in the game because this was a cakewalk for us. Taking that win with the score being 31-7, a complete blowout. And I finished with 227 receiving yards, 16 catches, and 2 touchdowns. Going crazy. 2 games left in the regular season, and for game number 11, we up against Florida. But on our first drive of the game, at a 3rd and 14, we fumble the ball, and Florida recovers it, man.
That is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills.
So they start with a 7-0 lead, and my first reception of the game comes off a comeback route for a gain of 12. But that drive gets stalled, and they go up 14-0. I beat my DB off the press and make a big play. And on our 3rd drive of the game, I was doing a lot on that field, man. He was looking my way often, and I was coming in the clutch, I can't lie. Trying to keep this score from getting out of hand on a deep end route, he gonna throw a dot my way for my first touchdown of the game. A 3rd down that could possibly tie this game up if we get that first. Y'all know I'm coming in the clutch and doing that. Starting this one off in motion, I got a short slant. He gonna go my way. I pick up a decent amount of yards after the catch, breaking the defender out of his shoes, slipping out of some tackles before being brought down past that 20. But we ended up settling for a field goal, and now the score is 21-10. Off another short slant, I'm breaking out of a few tackles before picking up some extra yards and getting that first down. 3rd quarter, and we had a 3rd and 10 with the score still being 21-10. Off a deep slant, he gonna throw a dot my way, and I pick up some big yards. Throwing off my footwork off the line, beating that DB off the press, he gonna throw a laser my way, and I take this into the end zone, man. Trying to cut into that lead, coach wants us to go for that 2-point conversion. QB leads me a little too much on his comeback route, but luckily I do not go down without a fight, man. Getting into that end zone for that 2-point conversion. But they go down and score again, making it 28-18. Down 10 points in the 4th quarter. QB takes a shot to the end zone that I don't catch, but it's a flag on the play. Pass interference. But sadly, we have to kick a field goal, making it 21-35. They scored again. But on the opposite side of things, I'm having the game of my career. QB goes to his favorite target, and y'all see I deliver, man, with a huge gain. I wish I could have gotten that end zone, but I get hawked down. After that big play, I get rewarded off of this comeback route for another touchdown. But sadly, man, it was not enough. We end up taking our first loss of the season with the final score being 28-35. Florida dethrones us from an undefeated record, man. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I just had the best game of my career. 22 receptions, 362 yards, and 3 touchdowns on Heisman is crazy. Last game of the regular season, but certainly not least, y'all see we are on the road against Clemson. First drive of the game, I get my first reception. A 2nd and 10 off a comeback route, break out of a few tackles before being brought down. And later in that drive off of that same exact play, I'm gonna get my first touchdown of the game, putting us on top early.
Fired in from the red zone for the score.
They don't score, and we get that ball right back in great field position. He throws it a little bit behind me off of this out route, but I'm able to gain some positive yards, getting us inside the 10. 3rd and goal, we right there on the edge of the end zone, and he throws a complete laser for that touchdown, giving me my 2nd of the game. 3rd quarter, and the score is now 14-7. QB's looking my way off of the slant, throws a dime. I bring this one in and take off for some extra yards, hurdle the defense, slip a tackle, juke 2 defenders before being brought down right in front of that 20.
And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30+.
And while we got all the momentum in the world, finna add 6 to the board, the QB fumbles the rock. To make matters worse, the defense is gonna scoop it up, and he makes his way all the way to the end zone, tying the game up with an extra point. 4th quarter, and the score is now 21-14. The QB will deliver a bomb downfield for another touchdown. And that will put a seal on this game, man. We come out on top, winning the Palmetto Trophy for the second time. And I finished this game with 10 receptions for 132 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. So we finished off the regular season only losing 1 game, and the playoffs is looking real good for us. As long as we play as well as we know we can, we should be looking at a championship game.
Oh, that's nuts, Millie.
Congratulations, Mr. Hines. Once you get done signing those papers, you will now be a homeowner. Welcome to the beautiful state of Arizona.
Got no one that back calling me splurge. Let me jump right off the curb. Make this man fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Can't be my equal, I don't know what you heard. Crack up the phone, I swear. Keep me a stick if they purge. I don't wanna, they working my nerves. I'm about to pause the serve. In this like a perm. Smack from the back of a perm. Ice, the bird. You know, all you little turds. Can't take that wait your turn. In my own lane, we can't merge. So with no hands, you can learn. Let's see how much you can earn. Why me go big like the worm? And I ain't smoking.
Alright, y'all, now look, I know y'all might be a tad bit confused because the last thing y'all seen was your boy getting ready for the playoffs in my sophomore season. But look, man, don't y'all even worry because I'm finna fill in that gap for y'all. The college football playoffs, where South Carolina has a chance to take it all the way. And it was made pretty clear that all eyes will be on me, which is a lot of pressure, especially for a sophomore. We started off going up against Alabama for the conference championship game. And as y'all could guess, I came out here on fire. First play of the game, I was already making big plays. Slipping out of tackles, picking up big yards on the ground, stiff-arming defenders, doing everything I could to get us this win. After having a real good game, a close-fought game, we ended up taking that win by 3 points with the score being 27-24. I was feeling great, the team was feeling great, and after being SEC champions, we was unstoppable. Leading us to go on and defeat Texas in the Peach Bowl with the final score being 28-24. Then packing up Penn State with a 31-19 win, bringing us to the college football national championship game against USC. Yes, sir, man. Y'all see, we had came so far this season, but the job was still not done. While we was looking forward to becoming national champions. And hey, man, just being real, your boy was on one all night. With my second touchdown coming late in the third quarter to give us our first lead of the game. And after battling it out against USC for a long 4 quarters, taking care of the ball and putting some big plays together, South Carolina would be named the new national champion. And man, this was a great feeling. We only lost 1 game this whole season, played as a team, and grinded our way to a 28-17 win over USC. And after winning a national championship, I was left to make a decision, which was, do I stay here at South Carolina for my junior season and try to run it back, or do I change the scenery a little bit? Well, I did in fact come to a conclusion, where I would be leaving South Carolina for reasons I felt like was valid. My family is back together again back home in Georgia. My brother's out of prison, my mom's out the hospital. I will be losing my quarterback to the draft, and I wanted to leave on a high note. I mean, what's better than a national championship? So after feeling like my work at South Carolina was done, I packed up and moved back home with my family in Georgia, becoming a Georgia Bulldog. Now, much like at South Carolina, as soon as I transferred to Georgia, all eyes was on me. And even though I was adjusting to a new offense, I still came out game 1 and dominated. Now, with Georgia being known as a powerhouse and with the addition of Quez Hines, everybody had high expectations of us. But sadly, the first game of the season against Miami would determine how the rest of the season went. Now, don't get me wrong, on my end, I did what I was supposed to. But it still wasn't enough with the final score being 16-3. And to make matters worse, our quarterback threw 4 interceptions, and the rest of the season, it just went downhill, man. It got ugly quick. I mean, we began to take loss after loss after loss. And after taking too many L's, it was clear that Georgia wasn't going to be that same threat. But despite us having a losing season, I was still balling out. To the point where I was breaking records. One for the most receiving touchdowns, and I broke another for the most receiving yards. And having that type of season led me to win the most prestigious trophy in college football, which was that Heisman, amongst many others. After putting together a great college career, it was time to take that next step. Now, with me feeling like I showed the scouts everything they needed to see by completely dominating all my competition, I elected to not do the full combine. Only thing I did do was the 40. Now, I know I did have some speed behind me, but I wasn't the fastest in college. But I was still expecting to put up a good number.
We expected him to test very well here, and he did not disappoint. That's one of the best times we'll see today.
And after performing well on my 40-yard dash, I was just ready for time to hurry up and pass so I can hear my name get called.
About that scat. He stood on business, now he laying on his back. Ask around, I be rapping number fast. We the reason all these niggas running track. You ain't never stuck, you can't tell me a thing. I got big kahunas and I'm letting them hang. Keep my mouth closed and that's never gonna change. You get in the jam and go to pointing the blame. I ain't let it slide, I was sharpening aim. Smoking on my brothers, got his love slain. You know it's smoke cause they ain't even take off his chain. Say it's up with me, let's do cocaine. Want it all, I won't leave a breadcrumb. What I thought a nigga said something. Thought a nigga said something. G-Block, all we know is red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum. G-Block, all we know is red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum.
And that brings us here, man. As y'all can see, your boy got drafted to Arizona, the 23rd pick. And to be honest, man, I didn't even waste no time. I went searching for a house immediately. And that's when I found this beautiful crib out here in the desert. Nice and isolated, away from everything. Now, before y'all start thinking I just blew all my money on a crib for one person, that is not the case, man. I had my whole family move out here with me. So I had to make sure that everybody was able to get their own room and everything. And yeah, man, I can't lie. I do miss Georgia, but I love it out here in Arizona. And I could definitely get used to this crib. I mean, this ain't even feel real compared to where we came from. But outside the house, man, I'm just happy to be able to take care of my family. It's like the best feeling in the world. Got my brother out here enjoying life. My grandpa's out here. And my deuce, man. It finally feel like we winning. Y'all see it, your boy done came a long way, man, making my pro debut. First game of the season, we up against the Saints. Now look, I gotta come out here and show that I'm still unguardable. I don't care what league I'm in. Saints already up 7-0. On the 2nd and 2, instead of running the ball, we gonna put it in the air. Find that open space in that zone defense, and Kyler Murray gonna throw a dot. And with that, the first catch of my NFL career goes for 31 yards. Started the second quarter on that same drive, facing the 4th and 3. I'm wide open again with enough to get us that first down, but he misses me on this one. Late in the second, and before you know it, we down 14-0. Fading out to the right, Kyler Murray throwing my way again, and I'll drop a pass that I would have made 1,000 times in college. It is now the third quarter, and me and Kyler Murray got to work on some chemistry because this is the second time I was wide open, but he threw it behind me. 1st and 10, I got a short little in route. He going to throw it my way. Fight for yards after the catch, but don't get much.
And he's halting after about a 6-yard pickup to stop.
3rd and 3, I'm supposed to have a corner route, but before I could even break out on my route, the ball was already in the air, so I just made the play for a big game. Another 3rd down, and I got a short slant. Somehow he threaded that needle, and I get us the first. 4th quarter in the red zone, man, we can't let this be a shutout. And I got a slant. It couldn't have been any easier. He makes the quick pass, and we get our first touchdown. I get my first touchdown of my NFL career.
It's job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed.
2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. It's supposed to be a fade ball, but I got safety help over the top, so I cut back to the ball and make an easy catch. And sadly, for the first game of the season, we take a L. The final score being 7-17, but I had a decent game, especially for an NFL debut, finishing with 7 receptions for 89 yards and a touchdown.
Store. It's the Carolina Panthers. Zona Cardinal.
Second game of the season is at home versus the Carolina Panthers.
His counterpart.
2nd and 10, and much like the last game, I start this one off finding the space in that zone defense for a gain of 21 off the rip.
But it's complete. And they will bring him down.
Moving down that field slowly but surely, I'm cutting into the inside. We be gonna throw a dot for an easy gain of 10.
And they bring him down.
Coming back from the 2-minute warning, now Carolina is up 9-7. But y'all see your boy come down with a huge catch.
Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught.
Late in the 3rd quarter, Carolina is up 17-10. Off an out route, QB goes my way for a gain of 8. Later that same drive, lined up on the left this time. Got another out route for an easy completion. Before you know it, we facing the 4th and 3. Supposed to be a fade ball. I get open somehow and make this catch. Brought down inside the 10. At the end of regulation, the game was tied, so now we in overtime. They got a field goal, but we trying to put it to rest with a touchdown as I make a big reception right here. 2nd and 9, they playing zone defense. I got an out route. Kyler Murray looks my way, and I make an easy catch. And later, the halfback would do the rest, man. Get into that end zone. My boy James Conner is going to give us the win. So just like that, man, we take that dub in overtime with the final score being 20-23. And I had a real active day. Finishing the game with 9 receptions for 143 yards, no touchdowns, but hey, that's still pretty solid numbers if you ask me. After a close game against the Carolina Panthers, we take on the 49ers for the 3rd game of the season. They already start off with a touchdown. The first play of the game does not go as planned because somehow, some way, we end up fumbling on the first play of the game. And on top of that, bro got a good return off of it.
Really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And of course,
luckily, they don't score, and now we got the ball back trying to make something happen. I got a deep in route. Kyler Murray going to throw a dot my way, and we get close to that 10.
Got his receiver on the in-cut.
Very next play, I got an out route. Trying to sell it more by cutting in, and he going to throw it past my way. I make a nice catch, but it's out of bounds. Again, trying to go my way for 6 off a fade. The defense is able to break this one up. But Kyler Murray would take matters into his own hands and run it into the end zone for our first 6, tying the game up. They go up 10 to our 7. Fading into the inside, he gonna throw a perfectly timed ball my way, and I come down with a huge catch.
Right side, and it's caught.
It is now the 3rd quarter, and the score remains the same. I had a corner route, but I had way too much inside leverage, so I just cut on the inside and made a big gain.
And it's taken in.
So we don't score, and it's now the 4th quarter. They're up 17-7. Got a deep goal ball. I don't know how I got behind the defense because he was playing off-man coverage, but I make a huge freaking catch. Getting into that end zone for my 2nd touchdown of the season.
Greg, they are pecking away at this one now.
Hey, man, shout out Kyler Murray for throwing an absolute bomb like that. I was on target and everything.
Stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting.
San Francisco has to settle for a field goal, making it 20-14. And with a chance to take the lead, man, we're going to fumble the ball again.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes...
And with that turnover, they would end up taking the win, with the final score being 26-14. And we now have a 1-2 record. And I finished this game with 8 receptions for 163 yards and a touchdown. Shout out to that big catch I made. Game 4 of this season, we up against the Seattle Seahawks. Back at home, and today we're rocking our new rival uniform. They start off taking the lead by a field goal. And I know Marvin is cold and everything, but why is Kyler Murray throwing in a double coverage first play of the game? As y'all can see, man, that ends up getting intercepted. Starting off 2 games in a row with a turnover. They only get another field goal as I make my first reception, cutting across the middle, picking up some yards before being brought down in front of that 50. Push back to a 2nd and 14. Find some open space across the middle again. Get all those yards back plus more. Making a huge play, getting us inside the red zone. 3rd quarter, Seattle got the lead with the score being 12-7 as Kyler Murray finds me open downfield for another big catch. Later that drive, I get open again on the inside. For deep end route, he gonna throw a dot my way, and I'm able to get some extra yards on the ground before being brought down inside the 5. 4th and goal, and we going for it, man. I got a short crossing route, and he gonna go my way, but I don't know what kind of pass this was, man. He threw it behind me and off target. Luckily, they don't score, and we get the ball back again with another chance to get on top in the 4th quarter. As y'all see, Kyler Murray threading the needle to me, leading us to a big play. After putting a huge drive together, man, we got 17 seconds left in the 4th. Facing another 4th down with no choice but to score if we want to win. And with me coming out of the slot, I got an out route, and he's able to throw a dot my way, and we get that touchdown, putting us on top with seconds left in the game.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
And just like that, man, a rookie comes in clutch and makes the game-winning catch, pushing us to a 2-2 record. I finished this game with 8 receptions again for 136 yards and a touchdown. 5th game, right back at home, taking on Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans. Started my night off with a quick catch, picking up some yards on the ground after for a gain of around 15. 3rd and 1, and I can't lie, man. I don't know what be going through Kyler Murray's head. Whatever it is, keep doing it, because he going to try me in one-on-one. And look who wins that battle with a nice catch, flipping sides of the field that quick. Just look at it, man. I know I called for the ball, but I was not expecting him to throw that. But hey, man, he believe in me. He going to air out that deep ball, and I make a huge play. In the very next play, my boy James Conner going to do the rest, getting us into that end zone. The Titans do not score, keeping the score at 7-0. I receive a quick dot off a slant for a gain of 8. We are now up 10-zip, and I want y'all to see I'm actually following the routes. Well, majority of the time, I'm following the route, and I'm still making plays.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete.
Lined up in the slot, Kyler Murray fakes the handoff and looks immediately towards me, getting open off an out route for a nice chunk of yards. Cutting inside, and he gonna throw a dot my way again, getting us past that 10 before being brought down. We end up taking 2 back-to-back wins. This time it was a shutout with the final score being 0-17. I don't know what was going on with Cam Ward, man, but I ain't complaining because we got that dub. I had a pretty good game, finishing with 6 receptions for 130 yards and no touchdowns. Hey, y'all boys, I can't complain. So far, my NFL career is off to a great start. I've only played 1 game under 100 receiving yards, and that was the first one. I mean, it don't get no better. Imagine knowing you have what it takes to be the best quarterback in the nation, but you never get the chance to prove yourself because you got autism. Well, unfortunately, this is my story. My name is Cameron Bentley Jr., the kid from Mississippi that got dreams on making it big at the quarterback position. But because of my situation, that's a dream that many people don't see becoming a reality. Despite all the years of me doing my best to get a shot, I only had 2 people that really believed in me, which was my pops, who instilled that never quit attitude in me. See, he's a very successful businessman. He's actually a big time accountant who works for mostly pro athletes. Now y'all keep that in mind because I'm gonna bring this up again later. And then we got my mom, Tasha Bentley, who constantly tells me that I can do whatever I put my mind to. And yeah, that's pretty much my support system. Now look, from the time I was a kid, my parents quickly realized that it was something different about me. I mean, for the most part, I'm just like everybody else. I was just real sensitive to loud noises and bright lights, even down to different textures and fabrics from certain clothes that I would put on. Sometimes that would bother me. And even socializing with people was hard for me. I mean, I couldn't even make eye contact. I couldn't tell if people was joking with me, like being sarcastic or not. But yeah, it was things like that that made me different. But it wasn't until high school when my principal had my parents come in for a meeting, basically letting them know that him and my teachers can tell I'm different from the other kids, and that he thinks it'd be best for my education if I was to go ahead and get tested. And so my parents took his advice, and that's what they did. And come to find out, I was diagnosed with high functioning autism. And now y'all can only imagine how crushed I felt when I got this news. I definitely felt like it was time for me to hang the cleats up since I wasn't getting the chance anyway. And I thought the dreams of me becoming a star quarterback was over. But one simple talk with my pops changed all that.
I know how you feel, but answer me one question. Have you ever seen a quarterback that can memorize 200 plays and break down film like a machine? Listen, man, you're not broken. You just built different. I know you have what it takes just as well as you do. You just gotta find that drive again, and this time don't ever let go of it. And that right there alone will take you real far.
Friday Night Lights, man, with a chance for us to make it to the playoffs. My senior year, while I'm the backup to a freshman quarterback, and he ended up going down with an injury, so coach had no choice but to give me a shot. And when I got on that field, I felt full of confidence. But it's like as soon as I took the snap, I heard the pass clacking. The crowd was going crazy, band playing. And I don't know what happened, man. It's like my mind just shut down. It was too much noise for me to focus. And with that one chance that I had on the field, man, I absolutely wasted it. But even after screwing up in that one shot that I had, I did exactly like my dad said, and I found that drive and held on to it. So throughout the summer, I was putting in crazy work. And also this time, I had the help of somebody real special who took my game to the next level with ease. Now, I told y'all to remember what my dad does for work. Now, with him being a big-time accountant for pro athletes, he definitely got a lot of connections. One of those connections that helped me out was this guy, a sports agent named Jamal Savage. And he has a son that, if y'all been watching this channel for a while, y'all might know him, but he's an NFL quarterback that goes by the name of Malachi Savage. My dad was able to hook me up with some one-on-one training with him. Now, me and him got something in common because he didn't go to college right after high school. Instead, he took a year off and then walked on to a D1 program. Now, of course, everybody had their doubts and no one thought he would make it far as a quarterback, but now he in the league going crazy. And now it's the same with me. Nobody think I'll make it far as a quarterback, but no matter what it takes, I'm here to prove everybody wrong and prove myself right. Yes, sir, man. He finally came down to the city, and now it was time to get to work. Man, dog, little did I know he was gonna have me working like this. I mean, we was on some Rocky Balboa, Creed type stuff. He had me running mile after mile, making sure I burn off every inch of fat I had on my body and get my conditioning up. I also felt way faster after doing this every day. But even when we wasn't working on the cardio, we was in that gym taking no breaks. Man, he did not have a single soft spot in his heart for me. I was getting pushed to the limit, and honestly, if I didn't have that determination, I would have been quit. I mean, every single rep I did, it had to meet his standard. If he felt like I was slacking, then we started all the way over. So he made sure I knew that quitting was not an option, nor taking the easy route. And man, after like day 5 or 6, I was questioning what I had signed up for. But in the end, man, I had reaped a lot of benefits. Barely any body fat. I had gained a lot of muscle, gained a lot of speed and conditioning. I felt stronger. I felt faster and everything. So physically, Malachi Savage got me to the level I was supposed to be at. But as y'all know, with autism, there's a whole nother side of this, which was working on my mental. And so my pops had signed me up for this therapy, and I'm not gonna lie, man, this really did wonders. My therapist helped me with being able to focus while in loud environments. Like, for example, she had me reading books with headphones on playing music, just, you know, helping me block out that noise. And on top of that, I was doing meditation sessions, something that my doctor advised. And this helped me gain more composure over myself. I don't get near as stressed or as anxious as I used to, and it just puts me in a calm state.
Look here, nephew. I would love nothing more than to see you under center at the start of the season. But at the end of the day, I am the head coach and I have to give every kid a fair opportunity. So I ain't trying to scare you with nothing, but I'm gonna need you to come with your complete A game. I know you've been putting in a lot of work. I can see the progress already. But we are one of the best JUCO programs out here in Jackson, Mississippi. And if you can't fill that role, then I'm not just gonna risk our reputation just because you're my nephew. Alright, you understand?
So after all the heavy training and the therapy sessions, I was a completely different player, dang near a different person. I felt on top of the world, I can't lie. And after that, I went to try out at a JUCO that my uncle was the head coach over. And if we being honest, man, it felt like no competition. I was so far ahead of the other quarterbacks, and my uncle was able to give me that position of being the starting quarterback. And from somebody that faced rejection so many times, man, this felt great. I'm actually given the opportunity, and I'm gonna for sure take full advantage of it. Here we go, y'all boys. First game of the season, and really my first chance to prove I have what it takes despite what people think. First snap of my college career, I get met with a pass rush instantly, but get rid of it right before being met by the defense. This is JUCO, so my O-line ain't gonna be the best as I get met with pressure again, but I scramble out the pocket, rolling out to the left and throw a crossbody dot when I catch my receiver open downfield for a nice catch. I see my receiver got a step on the DB on the right side of the field. I try to air one over the top, but this one gets broken up. Before you know it, we facing the 3rd and 15, but I see a gap in the defense, so of course I'm going to take it. I try to get to that first down mark, but I end up fumbling on a dive. First possession of the game, and I turn the ball over. It's not a good look at all. They go down and score, making it 7-0, but we trying to put a drive together on the 3rd and 6. I'm going to deliver to my tight end. He's able to make the grab for a big play. 3rd and 4, we're going to give it off to the halfback, but he is not able to get enough to get that first down. Well, on that 4th and 3, we're going with the read option. I decided to keep it. Y'all see that was a great decision as I get that first down. Rolling out to the right, trying to find an open receiver downfield, and I do. And he gonna climb that ladder and make a nasty catch, getting us at a 1st and goal. 3rd and goal now, we got the read option again. I'm gonna keep it and get into that end zone for my first 6 of my career. They go down and kick a field goal, making it 10-7. After taking a sack, we're at a 2nd and 22. I'm doing everything I can to escape that defense. And at the last minute, I get rid of it to a receiver downfield, and he gets us at a 3rd and inches. Down inside the 20s, trying to take that lead. I fake the handoff off the snap, catch a receiver between the hashes, and throw a dot for a touchdown. Let's go, man. Y'all know how good this feels. Late in the 3rd quarter, we got that 1-point lead with the score being 14-13 as I get brought down with a sack, putting us at a 3rd and 15. Backed up on the 3rd down, the O-line doing the best they can, but it's not enough as the defense get through that easy. But me and my receivers is on the same page, throwing a bomb downfield before being tackled, and that winds up being my 2nd passing touchdown. What a highlight reel. And just like that, man, your boy came out here and led his team to victory with the final score being 21-16. And I finished this game with 241 passing yards for 3 touchdowns. Not too bad for my first ever football game as a starter. 2nd game of the season, feeling good. Let's do it, man. First snap of the game gets blown up. The defense get right to me after scramble. Getting out of trouble while looking downfield, but I don't find nothing, so I'm just scrambling to get that first, and I do. Moving down that field, I'm catching my receiver across the middle, throwing a beautiful ball his way. He brings it in and makes a big play out of this one. After being sacked, we had a 2nd and 20. I drop back and throw a dot to my receiver on a corner route, and he takes it into the end zone, giving us an early lead in the game. Credit to the defense for doing their job, but we backed up in our own end zone. We go with that read option, and y'all see your boy is cooking off of those read options, man. Juking defenders left and right, being brought down past the 30. But after making that big play, I make the mistake of not seeing that linebacker, and I throw a dot to him, throwing the first interception of my career. Luckily, they don't score off that turnover. I'm having trouble finding somebody open, so I decide to use my own feet and I get into that end zone, putting us up 2 touchdowns. Starting this drive off in great field position, we end up adding on to that lead again off a dot to my receiver for an easy touchdown. Already up 21-0, we got another read option. I barely get around that defense. I'm brought down right outside the end zone. Still in the 2nd quarter, and my halfback is going to do the rest, putting us up for a touchdown. We are now up 28-0 with a minute left in the 2nd quarter. Another option, and I decided to keep it again. Slicing through that defense with ease, and now I got an open field, and nobody's going to stop me as I cruise my way into the end zone, putting us up 5 touchdowns in the first half. You already knew it was going to be a blowout by the first half, but we end up winning the game with the score being 52-10. I had the game of my career, even though, I only played 2 games for real. But nevertheless, man, me and my whole team balled out. And I finished this game with 287 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Game number 3, I start this one off right, throwing a complete dot down the middle of the field for a decent game. The defense getting to that backfield way too easy, but I'm able to slip out of that tackle, showing how dangerous I am on feet, juking one defender out of his shoes before being brought down outside that 20. But on that first drive, we had to end up settling for a field goal. Early in the 2nd quarter, the score is still 3-0. Getting outside that pocket, scrambling out to the right and throwing a laser downfield to get us our first touchdown of the game. 3rd quarter, the score is now 10-3. Faking the handoff and catching my receiver deep on the right side of the field. He's able to bring this one in, and he takes off for a big gain. 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter with the score being 13-3. I'm rolling out to the right side. Catcher got wide open. He takes us up into the end zone for our 2nd touchdown of the game. I really want y'all to examine this play, y'all boys. I get in some trouble, the defense gets to me, but I'm able to break both of those tackles, and then I'm breaking ankles along the way. Like, just look at the cutability, man. This is crazy. Being brought down at the 10. And to top it all off, on the very next play, I catch my tight end across the front of the end zone for an easy touchdown. Game 3 and we remain undefeated with the final score being 34-10. Once again, we put a show together. Now in this one with 282 passing yards for 3 touchdowns. Game number 4 on the season, looking to keep the undefeated streak alive. First play of the game, I'm getting met with some defense off the rip, scrambling out to the left, and I see my big tight end downfield wide open. He has set up with some good blocks and makes his way downfield for a huge gain. 3rd and goal before you know it, and I get met with the defense as soon as I take the snap and get brought down with a sack. Score is not 3-zip, right back at that read option. I juke one defender out his shoes before taking off for a gain of around 12. Facing up 4th and 4, coach believe in that offense, he gonna keep us on the field. I'm extending the play once again and deliver a dot to my halfback downfield, and we get right in front of that end zone. 2nd and goal, as soon as I take the snap, I'm rolling out to the right because I'm getting met with pressure. But I see an open man in the end zone and deliver a heater for our first touchdown of the game. Score is now 3-10, and we got another read option, but this one don't go all the way as planned. As this time, after being tackled, I end up going down with an injury. Thankfully, in the 3rd quarter, I was able to get back on the field, and as soon as I got checked in, I went straight to business, throwing a touchdown, giving us our 2nd of the game. Even though I got injured off of this play earlier, the coach still wanted me to run that read option, and this time it works to perfection, getting us right outside the 5. And just like clockwork, my tight end gonna be wide open across the front of that end zone again for another touchdown. So we end up taking that dub with the final score being 24-3. I wasn't as productive putting the ball in the air, finishing this game with 182 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Game 5 up against another undefeated school. First play of the game doesn't go our way as the receiver drops my first pass. On that 2nd play, I get met with pressure, but I'm able to get out of this one and find the receiver coming out of the slot to get us at a 3rd and 1. And with that reception, I've already thrown for 1,000 yards this season. 3rd and 22, and they get right into that backfield. I'm trying to extend the play the best I can, but this one is off target. They get on that board first, making the score 7-0. As I'm scrambling for dear life once again, I slip out of those tackles though, and I turn a play that looked like it was going backwards into a positive play, breaking multiple tackles down the field, man, until we get past that 40.
Tackle is made at the 37.
3rd and 3, trying to buy as much time as I can. I'm rolling out to the left side of the field, and peep the concentration, man. The defense is coming at me full speed, but I still deliver a dot to my tight end, getting us at a 1st and goal. Faking their handoff and rolling out to the right, giving some time for this play to develop, and I catch a receiver wide open in the end zone for our first touchdown of the game. 30 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Y'all see they don't win up 14-7, and I'm trying to hit him over top, and I do as he comes down with a huge catch. Rolling out to the right, I can't find nobody open, so I'm just taking myself. Receiver comes in clutch with that block as I make my way to the end zone. Tying this game up once again. Started the 3rd quarter with a chance to get on top. Defense getting to that backfield again, and this time they poke the ball out. In the worst field position possible, man. They right there. So they go down and score again, making it 21-14. Trying to catch my receiver deep, but I wound up throwing my 2nd interception of the season, man. And they got all the momentum in the world right now. But luckily they don't score, and we starting to move down that field, catching my receiver on the right side for a big catch and a big game. A few plays later on the 2nd and 5, I'm scrambling out to the right side, picking up some big yards on the ground, breaking some tackles, and I hurdle one defender before being brought down outside the 10. Right there inside the red zone, very next play, man, I'm trying to squeeze one to my receiver, but it winds up getting intercepted for my 2nd of the game. I can only imagine what I'm going through right now. Now, for that interception, they actually do score, making it 28-14. And with me knowing that it's all my fault, man, I was trying to do everything I could to get us back into this game. As y'all see, I'm breaking off for a huge run, not letting nobody take me down until I get past that 20. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game. Very next play, I'm going to throw a dot to my tight end and get us inside that end zone. They don't score, and now it's 22-8, trying to make a comeback. I hit my receiver across the middle of the field for a big gain. And with a minute left in the game, I'm starting to go into takeover mode, seeing the gap in the defense, and turning this into some big yards on the ground. 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter. I'm rolling out to the right, and I catch a receiver wide open for an easy touchdown, tying this game up. But even after making that comeback, it was not enough, man. We ended up taking our first loss of the season by a field goal with the final score being 31-29. But after taking that L, man, we got right back on track. After knowing that we took that L really because of me throwing 2 interceptions and getting that fumble, for the remainder of the season, I was tapped into a whole different version of myself. And while a few games did get closer than we would have liked, we still made sure that at the end of the 4th quarter, we was on top. But for the majority of the rest of the regular season, we was mostly blowing teams straight out the water. Like, I know y'all see that score down there, 63-9, and your boy threw for over 300 yards and 7 touchdowns. I'm telling y'all, man, for the rest of the season, we was unstoppable. And after going 10-1 on the regular season, my freshman year stat line was looking Heisman worthy. Throwing for over 2,600 yards and 32 touchdowns, I can finally say I proved everybody wrong. But it was still one more thing left to do, which was the championship game. First snap of the game, we start this one off right, connecting for 9 yards off the rip. Faking the handoff, dropping back and catching my tight end on the corner route. He makes a nice grab and takes off for some extra yards before being brought down. They send the blitz, but I get out of there. Not one of them lay a finger on me, and I roll out until I find the receiver open downfield for a big gain. We get stalled a little bit facing the 3rd and goal, but I throw the easy check down for the first touchdown of the game. They go down and kick a field goal, making it 3-7. I see that gap is wide open down the middle, so I'm going to take that, juke one defender out his shoes before sliding at that 40. 3rd and 7, rolling out to the right side of the field. See, I got all that green grass, but I'm going to throw it anyway. We eat up a chunk of that field after he brings this one in for a huge gain. Faking that handoff, trying to find somebody open, and instead I'm going to do it myself. They leaving me a lot of open field, and I'm going to eat it up every time, hurdling out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, the halfback coming out the backfield is going to get us our 2nd touchdown of the game. They settle for another field goal, making it 6-14. I'm getting outside that pocket. I see a lot of green grass again. I juke one defender out his shoes, and I ain't got no plans on slowing down, trucking the defender to get into that end zone. In the 2nd quarter, faking that handoff, and I'm going to catch my tight end open for that touchdown. Fourth quarter, the score is now 16-31. Still cooking on the ground off of this read option, slipping out of one tackle before being brought down. 3rd and 1, another read option. I'm going to keep it again, breaking ankles along my way to a big, healthy gain. Down in the red zone with 1:40 left in the game, I'm going to throw it out to my tight end, who makes a nice diving catch for another touchdown, man. Just like that, we put an end to our season with the final score being 38-16. I threw for 197 yards and 5 touchdowns with an 88 completion rate. Let's go, man. It don't get no better than that. Just like I said in the intro of the video, I knew I had what it took to become the best quarterback. And after putting together a great freshman season playing at a JUCO school, I feel like I proved everybody wrong. But hopefully after sending film to different schools, I get the shot of playing D1 ball.
Feeling young, but they treat me like the OG. And they want the T on me, I swear they know.
So, first I want to say thanks for giving me a chance to prove myself as a quarterback. And that's something I'm going to always appreciate and cherish. And I hope you don't get mad when I say this, but I think it's time for me to send my film out to some D1 schools. And maybe they'll see my skill set and my stat line and give me a shot, but I'm sorry that...
Don't even do that, nephew. You do not have to apologize for trying to be great. Yes, I am a coach and I'm a mentor, but most importantly, I'm family to you. And I would never hold you back. I mean, man, I just saw you go out there and dominate each game. And you brought us a championship. So I already knew you was ready for something way bigger. And you do not belong here playing JUCO ball. And honestly, I'm actually encouraging you to go play Division I football. I want you to go out there and show the world that despite what circumstances you might be facing, the only thing that could ever hold you back is yourself. So yeah, nephew, don't apologize. We all want to see you become the star that we know you are.
If y'all was tapped into the first episode, then y'all know I just finished my freshman season playing JUCO ball. Now, being a quarterback diagnosed with high-functioning autism, I faced a lot of controversy. I mean, everybody doubted I would be any good just because of my situation. But thankfully, my uncle was a head coach at a JUCO out here in Jackson, Mississippi. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't just handed to me, but he let me compete for that starting quarterback position. And once I got the keys to the offense, I took full advantage, leading my team to a championship and putting up great stats while doing it. And that alone was a good enough accomplishment for everybody watching me, but that's not my end goal. So at the end of my freshman season, I got straight to work sending out film to multiple D1 schools, just praying that one of them reached back out to me. And after sitting in that transfer portal for a while, I finally got a call that came from the head coach for the University of Southern Miss. Now, as y'all could imagine, your boy was extremely excited for this phone call. Man, I felt like I was getting drafted into the NFL or something. Even my parents was treating it like draft night. But anyways, basically the coach was inviting me to join the team as a preferred walk-on, which means I already got a spot on the roster. But performing well enough to become QB1, that's up to me.
All right, fellas, I'll get straight to the point. We have a quarterback room with a lot of talent, but right now, the two guys sitting in front of me are the ones who are going to set the tone for this program. Cameron, you came in here from JUCO, and you've shown us you can play. You've got grit, you've got leadership qualities, and you've earned the right to be in this conversation. And Tristan, you've got experience at the highest level. You've played against some big-time competition, and you bring a skill set that we believe can help win us games. Now, here's the deal. Only one quarterback takes the first snap. My job is to put the guy out there who gives this team the best chance to win. Your job is to compete every single day like that spot belongs to you. I don't care where you came from, what stars were by your name in high school, or what anybody outside this building says. The only thing that matters is what happens on this field, in this offense, and with these teammates. This is a competition. One of you is going to walk out there as a starter. The other is going to have to be ready when his number is called. That's the reality of playing quarterback at this level. So here's what I expect. Come in prepared, study your playbook like it's life or death, and push each other to get better. The guy who takes care of the football, moves the offense, and earns the respect of this locker room, that's the guy who's going to lead us. You understand me?
Oh, that's no problem at all, Coach. I got this.
So as y'all seen, before the season even started, I'm already met with some competition, which I can't lie, I was already expecting this being that I'm playing D1 ball now. So throughout training camp, me and Tristan was going at it. And as y'all could guess, I had no room for error, simply because on top of my situation, I came from JUCO. But him on the other hand, he already got a few years of experience. As y'all know, he transferred from Ole Miss, so he already looked like the best option on paper. So I really had no choice but to stay sharp.
All right, fellas, first off, I want to say how proud I am of both of you. You pushed each other every single day, and because of that, our entire quarterback room got better. This wasn't an easy decision, believe me. Tristan, you brought a lot of experience to the table, and it showed. You've been in big-time games, and you know what it takes to compete at a high level. That's invaluable to this team, and we're going to need your leadership moving forward. But after evaluating everything, the film, the scrimmages, how the offense responded, I've made my decision. Cameron, you're our starting quarterback. You came in here as the underdog, but you've earned the respect of this locker room. You took command of the huddle, protected the football, and you flat out made plays when we needed them. That's what won you this job. Now listen, I don't want either of you to think this is the finish line. Tristan, you have got to stay ready, because at this position, you're always one play away. And Cameron, winning the job is one thing and keeping it is another. You've got to come out here every single day and prove you deserve a spot. Now we've got a whole team depend on us, so let's go win some football games.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all just heard it. Your boy was named the starting quarterback. Y'all see that Bentley Jr. on the back of that jersey, man? I'm ready to go. And for the first game of the season, we up against an FCS school. First drive of the game, facing the 3rd and 3. Coach been watching my JUCO film, and he know I can run that football. Taking one defender out of his shoes, and off of my first read option, I'm taking this back to the crib, man. Ain't no one gonna stop me. Giving me my first D1 touchdown ever. Y'all gotta keep in mind, man, I got something to prove. I'm trying to put all of college football on notice. And so far, I'm doing just that, showing off my accuracy. Started the second half, going through my reads, but I see a gap through the middle of the defense, so I take off, looking like prime Cam Newton, getting through all that traffic and getting into that end zone for my second rushing touchdown. Hey, man, I'm off to a great debut.
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you've got to
We are up 14-0. This is what most people was worried about, is if I could throw the ball, which y'all see I'm doing right here for another touchdown. I ran the ball a lot my freshman year, but here I'm showing a different aspect of my game. Faking the handoff, looking downfield at my tight end wide open for a huge gain. Down in the red zone, we got a receiver coming out the slot wide open for another touchdown, man. We putting the beating on them boys. First game of the season was a complete blowout with the final score being 45-0. I did everything coach asked of me, which is lead my team to a dub. And I don't know about y'all, but I think my QB1 spot is safe. As y'all can see in that bottom right corner, I finished the game with 6 touchdowns, 292 passing yards, and 134 yards on the ground.
Welcome everyone to the Plains in Jordan-Hare Stadium, home of the Auburn Tigers, where telling someone War Eagle is just as common.
Y'all see it, man. Second game of the season, we already met with a test. And to be honest, nobody thinks we're going to even stand a chance against Auburn. But, of course, I'm going to come out here and try to change that narrative. Off the rip, I'm noticing this is a different type of game. Everybody covered downfield, so I use my own feet and pick up 8. At a 3rd and 1, my halfback is going to keep this drive going. Looking downfield again, and I don't see nobody open, man. Everybody covered. One thing that has been working this first drive is that ground game, so I stick to it, getting us inside the 20. Facing the 3rd and 4, and I try to get through that hole again, but this time they done picked up on it, and this goes nowhere. We get a field goal, and the defense keeps them from scoring, but I get brought down with a sack, putting us at a 3rd and 21. Feeling that pressure coming from the right side, I get out of that pocket again, and it works to perfection, getting us at a 4th and 1. Faking the handoff, and that defense is breathing down my neck immediately. So it's like they're giving me no other option but to take off on feet. But it's all good, because once again, I burn them on the ground, picking up big yards. Finally, after rolling out to the right, I'm able to find the receiver open downfield, throw a dot his way, and we get past that 30. Down in the red zone, after taking a snap, I see a gap in the line again. And this time I take off and get us our first touchdown of the game.
Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The score is tied 10-10. Rolling out to the right, I catch a receiver all the way downfield and throw an absolute beam his way on the run for some big yards. 2nd and 10 at the 20, I'm rolling out to the left, buying myself enough time to catch a receiver open right there in front of the end zone. Very next play, that pressure getting to me, so I scramble out looking for a receiver, but I end up taking it myself, grabbing us our 2nd touchdown of the game. They come right back and tie this game up. We got 2 minutes on the clock to make a difference, and I catch a whole lot of green grass. Y'all know I did not hesitate to take off and pick up some big yards before being brought down past that 30, man. Shout out to my halfback making a big play when it mattered most, getting us right there in front of the end zone. A few plays later, I'm scrambling out to the left, and once again, the defense does not get to me before I make it into that end zone for another touchdown, putting us on top late in the game. Y'all can see it on the crowd face, man. Nobody expected Southern Miss to hang with Auburn. But of course, they go down and match it, putting us in overtime. At a 3rd and 10, deciding to keep it on the read option, I was not able to get past that first down before the defense got to me, leaving us to kick a field goal. But Auburn, on the other hand, goes out and scores, taking the win, with the final score being 30-27. And even though we lost, nobody expected us to hang with a team of this caliber. But I finished this game with 3 touchdowns, 167 passing yards, and 169 rushing yards.
Cameron, what a great performance.
Over here. You guys play well tonight.
What a performance.
Cameron, you had 169 rushing yards against a really good defense. How do you
Cameron,
feel?
if you could, please look this way for a
How
second.
did you guys go out there and manage to put up a fight against a really good school like ours?
That's what everyone wanted.
All right, enough. That young man gave you everything tonight, but he processes things different. You want answers? They're slower down. One question at a time. He deserves your respect.
Hey, Coach, my bad on storming out like that during the press conference. It just was a lot going on. And sometimes it can be hard for me to focus when a lot of people was talking at once. But now that I know what to expect, I'm going to handle it better.
Hey, man, listen, that's not your fault at all. I completely understand. And just know I spoke to everybody in the press room, and that's not going to be a problem anymore. You just stay focused and keep doing your thing. And listen, I know it always sucks to come up short, but you and the office put on a great performance tonight. And also, we'll break down the plays tomorrow and go over film and everything. Sound good?
Pretty much all week. Today, a showdown of a couple of foes.
Third game of the season with a 1-1 record. We on the road against ULM. And after having a big game on the ground against Auburn, we dealing with a little wear and tear. First drive of the game, and we already looking to hit them deep. As I catch a receiver open, and we get inside the 10 off the rip. Second and goal, and just like that, we able to get on that board quick.
Touchdown, Southern Mississippi. Fit it in the window for the score.
Third quarter, and after settling for 3 field goals, the score is now 16-3. Facing the 3rd and 15, I'm going to get out of there. I see a whole lot of green grass, get past that first down and slide to avoid the tackle. Shout out to the O-line giving me plenty of time to let that play develop. Eventually, that pass rush going to get to me, and I get rid of it on an absolute dot to my receiver on the run. A few plays later, scanning the field, I see a receiver shake loose right there in front of the goal line, and he's brought down a yard short. First play of the fourth quarter, rolling out to the left. I catch my boy wide open, and we get into that end zone for our second touchdown of the game. And we are able to walk out of there with that win, with the final score being 23-3. The boy ended that game with 241 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Game 4, we are back home taking on Louisiana Tech. And not only are we playing in the rain, but we start off backed up in our own end zone. Luckily, I see that gap in the defense, so I pull it down, pick up some big yards, and give us some breathing room. First drive, and we already getting active, faking the handoff, rolling to the right before finding the receiver open downfield for a huge gain. Second and 5, catching my receiver between the hashes, and watch my boy go to work for some extra yards, breaking out of 2 tackles, and nearly getting into that end zone before being brought down. Fourth and goal in the red zone, no room for error. Can't find the receiver open, I'm not going to force it, I'm going to just take it in myself, getting us our first touchdown of the game.
Coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard.
Up 7-0, but facing the 3rd and 16, we got to make something work. I see I got faith in my receivers throwing a bomb downfield, and it was a good thing I did because he came down with it. We ended up having to settle for a field goal, making it 10-0. 40 seconds left in the second quarter. At a 3rd and inches, I fumbled the rock, and Louisiana Tech recovers it. Score is now 7-10 with 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Letting my halfback go to work, showing off his footwork and his speed, and nobody's able to catch him as he makes his way to the end zone. Coming in with a clutch play, giving us a touchdown right before half. Late in the third quarter, I see my boy wide open, breaking in off a post. I throw him a dot, and he gets us inside the red zone. Very next play, my tight end on the corner route, and I throw back-to-back dots, getting us another touchdown. We get the ball right back in good field position. Yeah, I see who I was trying to get it to, but it's a bad ball. And that winds up getting intercepted for my first of this season. But I had to shake that one off and get right back to work, letting this play develop and catch my receiver off an in route, getting us inside the 10. 3rd and goal, and once again I'm able to find my tight end, this time off an out route for another touchdown. So we're able to take another win with the final score being 31-7. And I'm putting together a solid first year playing D1 ball. Finishing this game with 3 touchdowns for 312 passing yards and 25 rushing yards. And I did throw 1 interception.
Today, we're diving into one of my favorite topics, the shift from small, nomadic hunter-gatherer groups to large, complex civilizations. Now, before you roll your eyes, yes, I know you've all heard agriculture changed everything since...
Yo, KB, you sure you're not going to take notes on this? You know it's going to be a test.
Yeah, I'm going to take notes. It's just sometimes the teacher be talking too fast, so I just record it. And then later, I'm going to go back and just take the notes when I listen to it.
Look, bro, you ain't got to do all that. I'm already taking notes. I can just take a picture and send it to you.
Oh, bet. Yeah, that'll work too. I appreciate that for real.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I mean, that's the least I could do. You finna give us some winter season.
You've got a spear, a small family...
Look, y'all boys, as we got later and later into the season, the whole team got better as a unit, and I didn't feel near as much pressure as I had when I first came into the D1 college football experience. I mean, of course, I continued to ball out and put up some great stats while doing it, but knowing I had the whole system rocking behind me made things 10 times easier. Because as y'all know, if y'all been watching, I had barely any support starting my football journey, but now that I had that, I was able to prove I had what it took, and I finally felt like I was being taken serious despite having autism. After taking that loss against Auburn at the second game of the season, we did not take another L during the remainder of the regular season. As a matter of fact, we was ranked number 17, taking on Coastal Carolina in the conference championship, which we also won with the final score being 31-13. And normally I don't celebrate with the team after a win, but being that we actually had a shot at winning the title, I made an exception.
No, bro, that is not it. I know you gotta have something harder than that. You look like we finna go hit the gym or something, and you barely even matching. Here, bro. Just let me help you out. There we go. Now that's more like it. You don't even look like a Cameron Bickley Jr. no more. That's hard right there. Please don't let me catch you wearing that first outfit in public.
Nigga, all we know is riding in the back. It's a May. 32 shots in the.
Oh snap, you KB. Bro, you the best quarterback in college.
Hey, hold on, bro.
Nah, it's all good, fam. Here, let me see your phone. I'll take a picture with you. Dang, that's kind of crazy, low-key. I ain't never had a fan run up to me like that.
Because, bro, you like a celebrity now, I'm trying to tell you. You ain't check your Instagram lately?
Okay, I can't let her play me, no way. You a duck if you believe what hoes say. She got way more bodies than my okay. My little brother beat his body, OJ. Niggas talking about they lit on the flame. That little boy mad, Scotty ain't gang. Watch $500,000 in his plane.
So go ahead, man. Give me the rundown. How you feeling about the playoffs?
I mean, physically, I feel good. I feel sharp and everything, but I don't know, that's a lot of pressure. I mean, I got my team, the school, even the city is depending on me right now. And I ain't trying to let nobody down. So, I mean, yeah, really, that's all I'm feeling is a lot of pressure.
Well, look, nephew, I'm going to tell you one thing. Pressure don't mean you failing. What it really means is people believe in you. I mean, I believe in you. I'm pretty sure your coaches believe in you. But most of all, you got to believe in yourself. Just think about it, man. How many people have you proved wrong already? How did you do it? By knowing you had what it took even when nobody else believed in you. I mean, of course you're gonna feel those nerves, but as long as you go out there and execute and respond to adversity the way we all know you can, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yes, sir, y'all boys. We are right here at the game that nobody expected us to make it to. Even you. I'm talking about you watching the video right now. You ain't even expect us to make it this far. But anyways, man, of course we up against a tough opponent, which is Michigan, but I got something to prove. First snap of our first possession, that pass rush is going to get to me. But at the last second, I catch a guy open. He breaks a few tackles, and he gets some extra yards on the ground before being brought down. That very next play after taking a snap, I met with pressure instantly and brought down for a sack. Thinking in 16, but it's the same story, but this time I get rid of it. 3rd and 16, and my O-line is invisible as I get brought down with another sack. And y'all can see it on my face, man. I'm already frustrated. I got to work through it. Hopefully our defense do their job and keep them off the board. We right back at it facing the 3rd and 10. Y'all see all that green grass I got in front of me? So, of course, I do not hesitate. And I take off for some huge yards, getting us inside the 10.
Some sense of balance. So
after facing the 3rd and goal and the incompleted pass, we have to settle for a field goal. Michigan still doesn't score, and we're facing the 3rd and 13. I'm rolling out to the left side of the field, feeling like Johnny Manziel. I throw a crossbody dot. Open receiver getting us that first down and some extra yards. Right outside the 20, facing the 3rd down again. I can't find a receiver open, so I'm going to compromise and get it on feet. I get more than that first down. I nearly get into the end zone. And the very next play, I hand it off to my halfback, and he does the rest, getting us our first touchdown of the game.
He escapes the pocket.
We got a 10-0 lead against Michigan right now. We putting together some big plays. I don't feel like their defense was expecting this. And knowing that this defense is shook up, I get them with a fake snap, giving us a free first down. I'm telling you, man, they wasn't expecting this to be a game. 2nd and goal in the red zone. I'm faking a handoff off a read option, and I keep it and get into that end zone untouched.
And he gets to the sticks and just gets the first.
And just like that, man, we win this game with the final score being 17-0. I think Michigan thought this was going to be a cakewalk, and they did not come prepared. So we take that dub and we move on to the next round. Now finish this game with 119 passing yards and 1 touchdown. After taking that win, we will be taking on number 4 ranked Tennessee. Let's get it, man. Definitely our toughest opponent yet. I'm looking to bring them an upset just like we did Michigan. And hopefully we can keep this playoff run going. Off of the rip, we give this off to the halfback, and he picked us up a gain of 8. Despite Tennessee having a real good defense, my halfback is putting them boys to work right now, grabbing us another huge chunk of yards. First passing play, I'm rolling out to the right. I catch a receiver open last minute on the side, getting us past that 30 before stepping out of bounds. Very next play, I make the easy pass to my receiver cutting across midfield. He's going to grab some real good yards after the catch, even breaking a few tackles, getting us in the red zone. 3rd and 10, I make a risky pass to my tight end, but he's able to get us a fresh set of downs. And my halfback would do the rest, getting us our first touchdown of the game.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw.
Tennessee goes down and ties the game up. After faking the handoff, I see my receiver wide open downfield after breaking off the post for a huge gain. 1st and 10, just inside the 30. I'm rolling out to the left, looking downfield, but I don't see nobody open. But I do see a lot of green grass, so I'm going to make my way into the end zone for our 2nd touchdown, giving us that lead again. We got the ball back coming from halftime, but we couldn't make anything happen. Tennessee did, making it 21-14. As y'all see, I'm in trouble, and I throw up a prayer, and it winds up getting intercepted. Y'all see, I'm wishing I could have got that one back.
Movement here from the tight end. Off the play fake, looking to pass it.
After throwing that interception, it seemed like all the momentum switched, and we just couldn't get anything going. My O-line wasn't holding up to the pressure or nothing. And to make matters worse, later in the 4th quarter, I take off for a scramble, diving to get that first down, and it winds up being a fumble, and they recover it.
They'll run it here. Nice pickup on the play.
So we put an end to the season, taking a loss against Tennessee, with the final score being 28-14. But to be honest, we can't really hold our heads down because we made it far this season. Nobody expected us to come out and play like this. I finished the game with 1 touchdown for 128 passing yards and 54 rushing yards, and that 1 interception I threw.
They said it couldn't be done. They said the odds were stacked too high, but he never listened. Born with what the world called a challenge, he turned it into his superpower. On the field, he's not just another quarterback, he's a game changer.
Oh, Cameron Bentley Jr.
A leader, a warrior. Every throw, every run, every touchdown defies expectations. The first quarterback with autism to step onto the Division I stage, and he's not just playing the game, he's electrifying it. This is more than football. This is courage. This is heart. This is history. Some may call it a challenge, but we call it the superpower.
It's a superpower.
The superpower, streaming only on Pinnacle.
Yeah, so Mr. Bentley, this is the vision we have for you. We believe your story to reach millions. And this show will put your name on a bigger stage. So, the offer is on the table. What do you think? Do you want to make this your next chapter?
Well, yeah, I like the idea, but, I mean, do we have to talk about me having autism?
What my client's trying to say is, well, how about this? We get a little time to think about it. That way he can make sure this is what he really wants. And we can get back to you guys shortly. Would that be all right?
Oh yeah, sure. We could give you guys some time. But Mr. Bentley, I really want you to think about this. Do you know how many people you could reach? I mean, this opportunity would be monumental, especially while you're at the point of creating your own personal brand. This opportunity could really do wonders. And it's very rare that we give someone their own show here at Pinnacle. But we just feel like you really have that story that would touch millions. But regardless of what you decide, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
All right, Cam, so talk to me. What is it about this show that you don't like?
I mean, it's just like I said in there. I think the idea of the show is cool and everything, but if I'm being honest, I just don't want to be singled out or treated different just because I have autism. I want to be treated just like every other quarterback. And we all know that they're not offering me a show just because I'm good at what I do. It's only because I'm different, and really, that's what bothers me the most about the whole thing.
Listen, Cam, I know how you're feeling. You don't want people to look at you and just see autism. You want them to see the quarterback, the competitor, the leader. And you've earned that. Nobody can ever take that from you. But here's the truth, man. You're not like every other quarterback. You've got something that sets you apart. And I don't mean that as a crutch or a label. I mean it as a gift. You've taken something that people thought was a weakness and turned it into your strength. And do you realize how many kids out there are watching you right now? Kids who get told every day that they can't do something because of autism or because they're different. You're living proof they can. This show isn't about putting a spotlight on your autism. It's about showing the world your journey, your fight, your wins. It's about giving hope to people who need it. And yeah, that's a big opportunity for your career too. You'll reach millions of people on and off the field. This isn't favoritism, Cam. This is impact. And I promise you, you're the kind of guy who can handle it the right way. At the end of the day, the decision is yours, but if you ask me, I think you were made for this.
Yeah, you're right. I guess you got a point. Well, I got to head out to Vegas in a few hours, and I ain't going to be out there for long, so maybe I can give y'all my decision when I get back.
Yo, KBZ, what's the word? Yes, sir. Now, this is what I meant when I said get out the house more. We finna go to Vegas. We finna turn up.
Nah, man. See, you already got it all wrong. We is not going to Vegas to turn up. This is strictly business. We going there to put in work and train with an NFL player, so you need to get your mind right before you get to his crib.
Dang, look at this house, mama. We made it.
Nah, this crib is crazy.
What's up, Cam? Long time no see. Well, I have been seeing you go crazy on that field. All credit goes to me. No, I'm just kidding, but not for real, man. Welcome to the spot. Y'all ready to put that work in?
Yeah, of course, man. We ready to work, and I appreciate you for letting me bring my boy with me.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here, man. I appreciate you so much, Mr. Savage. I've been looking forward to this moment. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, of course. That's no problem, y'all boys, but hey, we all finna get better.
As y'all just seen, we out here in Vegas for a few days putting in work with Malachi Savage, the quarterback for the Raiders. And if y'all been watching this series, then it's not y'all first time seeing him. Well, really, if y'all been watching this channel for a while, because he even got his own series. But as y'all know, man, I'm going into my junior season, which is really important. I mean, this could determine if I'm ready for the pros, because most star players leave after their junior season. And Malachi knows that as well, which is why he invited us out here. And of course, I'm looking forward to putting in that work and getting better. Now, much like the first time I trained with him, he was not taking it easy on us. I mean, we was dang near doing 5-a-days. And while me and my boy Tay was putting on the front like we wasn't tired, man, we was exhausted and he was going through it like it was nothing. But it was cool getting insight on seeing how NFL players really train. And not even just that, man, it was the full experience. Like, bro had a full LA Fitness inside his crib. And it really put into perspective of what hard work can get you. And me and bro trying to get on that same level. And after putting in blood, sweat, and tears for a few days, it was time to pack the bags up and head back home. But before we did that, Malachi had a surprise for me.
Yep, y'all boys. These are a few of my toys, my pride and beauty.
Dang, this is a fire collection. What you even need all these cars for?
Well, one of these ain't even mine.
What you mean? Which one ain't yours?
Yeah, man, I spoke to your parents and they told me that you was planning on transferring and you wouldn't be home in Mississippi no more. So I figured, you gonna need something to get around in. So this right here is you.
Nah, ain't no way, man. That's crazy. Malachi ended up surprising me with a brand new Benz, man. I couldn't thank bro enough. He had already done plenty for me, and now he went out his way to give me a whip. Man, that ain't even feel real. Now, I know y'all heard him say I'm transferring, but look, we're gonna get into that later. Back at home in Mississippi, I had to spend some time with my parents before I head off, especially since I'm gonna be pretty far from home this time. Cause I ended up transferring to Washington, man. Your boy is now a Husky. While I was enjoying the quality time I was spending with my parents before I left, it was kinda awkward, and that's because we wasn't alone. It was a whole film crew sitting there recording everything. So obviously, as y'all could guess, I did end up taking that deal. I felt like it gave me a chance to spread positivity for everybody watching. Now I wanted to show people that the only thing that could ever hold them back is they self. And then plus, y'all are already watching my full career anyway. Finally settled out here in Washington, looking to bring home a championship. And in order for me to do that, I gotta be in the right mind space. Well, I ended up getting my own crib out here in Washington that's isolated and peaceful. I ain't gotta hear no traffic or nothing. I can just hone in. This is my first time living alone, cause as y'all know, first I was at a JUCO in Mississippi, and then I transferred to Southern Miss. So yeah, this is a pretty big difference for me, a 13-hour difference. But I can't lie, so far I'm enjoying it, staying in a nice loft. I mean, don't it just look peaceful? So yeah, man, y'all see your boy living good out here in Washington. Let's just hope I can lead them to a good season also. Taking the field for the first time in a completely new program, a much bigger stage, man. Now we in the Big Ten. As y'all know, I just came from the SBC, but now we playing much harder competition, and let's just see if I can transfer my game over. And for the first game of the season, we are up against Maryland. My first pass of the game, I went underneath to my tight end, and he gonna pick us up a gain of 8. Later that drive, I met with pressure, and I scrambled out the pocket, still looking just as effective on the ground, juking the defender out his shoes before being brought down in front of that 30. Before you know it, we facing a 3rd and 12, but luckily I'm able to find a wide open defender downfield right before being hit, and he gets us right in front of that end zone.
Defense makes a stop, and the chains move, and it's 1st and goal.
3rd and goal, we got to get into that end zone. I catch my guy on a crossing route for the first touchdown of the game.
Quick strike through the air for the score.
Maryland goes down and ties the game up, but we move that ball down the field quick, and y'all see I got an open gap. I'm going to take it every time for another touchdown. Up a touchdown with the score being 14-7, dropping back in the pocket, and I catch my tight end wide open on the corner route. He's able to get past the defense and get into that end zone for another touchdown, man. I'm cooking right now. Now, somehow the rest of the game cut out, but we end up taking that win with the score being 28-14. Now, y'all don't be mad at me. I don't know how that happened. Second game of the season, already playing a ranked opponent, which is USC. The game don't start off as planned as I get brought down with a sack. 2nd and 18, I deliver a dime to my tight end across the middle of the field, getting us to that 3rd and 3. Later that same drive, rolling out to the left. Defense right there in my face. I'm able to drop it off to my halfback. He slips some tackles and take off for a huge gain. Down in the red zone at a 3rd and goal, rolling out to the right. Receiver is wide open in the back of the end zone for the first touchdown of the game.
Quick strike through the air for the score.
USC does not score, and I see nobody open downfield, so I take off and use my legs to pick up some big yards.
Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
After putting a good drive together, I try to squeeze one to my receiver on the corner route. The ball gets popped up into the air, and it winds up getting intercepted. Off of that interception, they go down and tie the game up. Again, I don't see nobody open downfield, and this time I'm not going to force it. Slicing through that defense and picking up some big yards on the ground, getting us past the 50.
And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the...
1st and goal with seconds left in the half. We tack on another 6 off an easy short completion.
Touchdown, Huskies. The offense cashing it in on that drop.
4th quarter now, the score is 14-10, but off a read option, I'm going to change all that, putting us up 20-10. And after a hard-fought game, man, we was able to nil out the clock with the final score being 21-13, giving USC an upset, and I had a pretty decent game, finishing with 278 passing yards for 3 touchdowns and an 80% completion rate. Next up, we will be playing in the Apple Cup against Washington State, our rival. 2nd and 8, I got my halfback coming out the backfield. I'm going to throw a dot to him, and he going to eat up a chunk of that field with a gain of 29. 3rd and 3, I'm going to catch my tight end right in front of the end zone to give us our first 6 of the game.
Touchdown, Washington. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
Washington State don't score, rolling out to the left side of the field. I decided to take it myself, grabbing us that first down, juking defenders out their shoes for some extra yards before being brought down.
By this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
And the halfback would do the rest, putting us up 2 scores against Washington State. They go down and get a field goal, but they leaving your boy a whole lot of space, so of course I'm going to take that, showing off that shiftiness and taking off for a huge gain. Stepping out to avoid the tackle at the 19. Picking apart that zone defense, man, I see a receiver wide open, and he nearly getting to that end zone. And my halfback would cap the drive off with another touchdown. Late in the 4th, we are up 24-10, but I add on to that, walking into the end zone off a read option. So just like that, we take the dub winning that Apple Cup, with the final score being 31-10. And as y'all can see in that bottom right corner, I finished the game with 174 passing yards for 2 touchdowns and 169 yards on the ground. Now, after stringing a couple wins together, it became clear that we was a force to be reckoned with. Every single teammate understood their assignment and executed to perfection. And of course, man, your boy was putting on a clinic. As I stated earlier, this is my junior season, so this is where I really gotta show all the scouts watching that I'm ready for that next level. And I feel like I did that, leading the team to an undefeated regular season. I mean, I can't take all the credit because my teammates did their job too. And after taking that dub against Penn State at the last game of the season, we was ranked number 3 and headed to the playoffs. First stop was in the conference championship against the Oregon Ducks. And this one started off to perfection, rolling out to the right, catching my receiver wide open, and the first pass of the game goes for 24 yards. And stop playing with your boy, man. I done proved over and over I can throw the ball, but they still doubt me. Rolling out to the left, I'm delivering a bomb downfield. It's a complete dime for a touchdown. They go down and tie the game up, rolling out to the left again, looking for an open receiver, but I decided to take it myself, picking up some big yards on the ground. Play action at a 2nd and 6. I'm going to lob it up to my tight end, and he going to go up and get that for another touchdown, man. Let's get it. Third quarter and now, Oregon is up 21-14. Defense is getting through my O-line too easy, forcing me outside the pocket, but it's all good because we do both. Changing the play at the line, I'm going to dish it off to my tight end in the flat to tie the game up. Oregon would go down and kick a field goal, taking the lead by 3. And I deliver a dime right before being hit. My receiver is going to make magic out of this one, taking it all the way into the end zone, giving us that lead. But sadly, man, in this rival game, we do not do enough to get the win. Although we played pretty well, Oregon was still able to come out on top with the final score being 31-28. I finished the game with 265 passing yards for 4 touchdowns and 48 yards on the ground. But even after taking that loss, man, I still had some news to celebrate. Your boy is at the top of the Heisman Trophy list. And for the first round of the playoffs, we will be going up against Tennessee. Look at where we starting off the game, man. Ain't no way we can give up this opportunity. But we start the drive off, giving it off to the halfback to see if he can make something shake, but this one goes nowhere. We actually lose a few yards. But that 2nd and goal, rolling out to the right, I'm going to catch a receiver wide open. And we get an easy 6 on the board, capitalizing off of that good field position we started off with. Tennessee don't score, and we give it to the halfback again, but this time he makes something work, man. He's getting all the way down there close to the end zone. At a 3rd and goal, he would do the rest, stretching that lead against Tennessee and making it look easy. They stood on score, so now we up 14-0. I'm rolling out to the right, and your boy is on target this game, throwing a complete dot even with the defense in my face. Getting outside that pocket at a 2nd and 7. Our receiver got a step, so I'm going his way, and he gets into that end zone for another touchdown. 3rd quarter, and they finally get a field goal, but we up 21-3. I slip out of one tackle, my boy pick up that block, and I see a whole lot of green grass. We settle that last drive with a field goal. My halfback is going to find the end zone for his 3rd time tonight. We did not expect it to be this easy against Tennessee, but we up 31-10. Getting outside that pocket again, and I see a whole lot of open field. I'm going to take it myself and get into that end zone for another 6. So we very easily take that win with the final score being 38-10. I'm going to be real with y'all boys. I did not expect us to blow Tennessee out the water like that. But I finished the game with 150 passing yards for 3 touchdowns, and I did throw 1 interception. Next up, we played SMU in the Peach Bowl, where we completely dominated them boys too, with the final score being 38-17. We done came this far, man. It's the Cotton Bowl. The only team standing between us and that conference championship is the Miami Hurricanes. We wound up facing the 3rd and 9. The defense is slicing through my O-line like butter. I try to bend the corner, but I don't get enough for that first down, as y'all can see. And our first drive is a 3 and out. They go down and score, and we facing the 3rd and 10. I'm trying to buy time to find somebody open, but I end up having to get rid of it. Thankfully, they do not add on to that lead. I'm rolling out to the right, looking downfield, and I deliver a bomb. It's a flag on the play, but my receiver comes down with it. And luckily, the flag is on the defense. It was a pass interference.
Tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. See what that's about.
I'm being met with pressure after I take every snap, but I buy myself enough time to find the receiver to get us into that end zone for our first 6 of the game. A minute left in the third quarter, and the game has been at a standstill. Y'all see we both still got 7 on the board. But we finally starting to see some good progress as I take off for a decent scramble. Very next play, I make the quick and easy pass to get us into that end zone, giving us that lead. And crazy enough, man, that's how the game ended. Final score was 14-7. Neither team could really get anything going, but now we headed on to that championship game. As y'all can see in that bottom right corner, it was a real slow day. Only 75 passing yards for 2 touchdowns and 38 yards on the ground. And now for the national championship, we will be taking on number 4 ranked Georgia. Let's get it, man. We worked real hard to get this far. Whoever would have thought the kid from Mississippi that was doubted his whole life would lead his team to a national championship game. I mean, y'all can only imagine how huge this moment is for me. But hey, man, we ready to come out here and win this chip. Very first snap of the game, I got my eyes downfield, but I see everybody covered. But I also see a wide open gap, so I'm going to attack that with full speed, sliding to avoid the tackle. Before you know it, we facing a 3rd and 8. I see how easy that pass rush got to me, so I'm scrambling out the pocket once again, and I pick up that first down. 3rd and 15, I'm not finna force it, so I just go underneath, but it's not enough for that first. We get the field goal and Georgia doesn't score, but we are facing another 3rd and 10 on the next drive. And I throw a completely inaccurate ball to my receiver. After getting another field goal, Georgia goes down and takes the lead with the score being 7-6. And I gotta like it, man. I think I still got some jitters, but I do make a nice run right here. Another 3rd down, man. We gotta get something going. As soon as I fake the handoff, the defense is right there in my face for a sack. Luckily, they don't score, and I see my receiver coming across the right. He bring this one in and make a big play out of it, keeping his feet going, getting us right there in front of the 30 before being brought down. That defense is still getting to me real easy, but I keep my composure and deliver a dot to my tight end, keeping this drive going. Everybody downfield is covered. I'm rolling out to the left. They pick up some key blocks, and I get inside the red zone. 1st and goal, I'm able to squeeze one to my defender, and we finally get our first 6 of the game. Georgia goes down and scores again, taking a lead with it being 14-13. Y'all see how I thought about hitting my boy deep on the corner, but instead I decided taking myself for a big game. First play of the 4th quarter, they leave a gap in the defense again. I take one defender out of his shoes before being brought down at the 1. Giving it to my halfback and letting him cap the drive off, giving us that lead for the 3rd time. Coach say he want to go for 2, and I'm not finna hesitate waiting on somebody to get open, so I do it myself when we get that 2-point conversion. Georgia go down and make it 17 to our 21. Rolling out to the right, I'm going to deliver a bomb downfield to my halfback, and he going to come down with it, man, making a huge play when it mattered most and getting into that end zone. Let's go, man. That's exactly what we needed. Georgia does score, but it is too little, too late, and we are crowned the national champion. Your boy just won his first championship game, man. I can't even tell y'all how this feels. But the final score was 28-25. Georgia came out here and battled just like we knew they would, but we was just a little bit more prepared than them.
Champions of the year. And that's going to do it as we crown another national champion and punctuate a wild...
Feeling young, but they treat me like the OG. And they want the T on me, I swear these nosy. Said he put some money on my head, I guess we gon' see. I won't put no money on his head, my niggas owe me. I gotta be single for.
Hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but you're Cameron, right? Cameron Bentley Jr., the quarterback from Washington?
Yeah, that's me. What's up?
I knew it, man. I remember watching you take Washington to the championship game and winning, but I never thought I'd catch you at a place like this, though. Hey, but if you don't mind me asking, what happened? I thought by now you for sure be starting in the NFL.
Yeah, well, to be honest, bro, I did too, but some things don't go as planned. So as of right now, I'm a free agent just waiting to get called up again. So hopefully you'll be able to see me on the field again soon.
Oh, man, that's tough. But hey, listen, I remember the way you played and you got talent. Sometimes the league just don't know what they're missing out on. So just keep your head high and keep grinding. And just like you said, I'm going to see you on that field soon.
Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. Look, don't invite me over if you throw another pretty party. Looking back, it's hard to tell you where I started. I don't know who loved me, but I know that it ain't everybody. I can never love her, she a busybody. Baby, if you want me, can't be turning up with everybody. Nah, can't be fucking on this anybody. Yeah, I got feelings for you, that's the thing about it. Yeah, you know that it's something when I sing about it. Yeah, mama used to be on.
Yo, what's up, man?
Cameron, you might want to be sitting down for this one. The Rams, they called me. They want you back.
Back as in practice squad?
No, man, not the practice squad. Look, new head coach. They're desperate for a quarterback, which is going to be you. You're going to training camp as part of the roster. This is your shot, Cam. This is what you've been waiting for. The Rams want you under center.
Now, before y'all start asking questions, let me go ahead and catch y'all up to speed because I know it's a little confusing. I mean, your boy look completely different now. I done grew out a full beard, and that's because it's been 2 years since y'all last seen me. Alright, so y'all was left off watching me in my junior season take Washington to the national championship after I had dominated the whole regular season, putting up crazy numbers and beating all the odds. And those performances led us to be national champions by the end of the season. Now, just like any other junior superstar quarterback that just led his team to a national championship, I entered my name into the draft. And yes, I did in fact participate in all areas of the combine. In the back of my mind, I did feel like it was a little unnecessary for me, being that I have a whole bunch of film and they've seen what I can do. But I've been doubted my whole life due to autism, so I figured the more opportunities I get to prove myself, why not take full advantage? And if I perform well enough, then that should get rid of all the doubts they might have. And just like I knew I would, I did perform pretty well during the combine. Then came the moment we had all been waiting for, draft night. Now, instead of me being there in person, I decided to have it back home in my parents' house in Mississippi with a few of my good friends and my family. Now, I was projected to be a first rounder, which is why on day one, we was shocked because that first round came and it went, and I did not hear my name get called. Now, surely I would get drafted on the second day with rounds 2 and 3 being called, but after waiting and waiting and more waiting, I did not hear my name get called on day 2 either. Day 3 of the draft, where rounds 4 through 7 are announced, and yet another round goes by without a call. And at this point, I was losing hope. But then finally, late in the 5th round, I got a call from the head coach of the LA Rams. Now, even though it didn't come in the first round like we all expected, I was still no less excited, and I was ready to go out to LA and prove myself like I've done my whole career. Throughout training camp, I felt like I executed pretty well and showed all the coaches that I'm a solid option for quarterback. Now, of course, they wasn't going to start me over Matthew Stafford, but I still had high hopes, man. If anything happened, I was hoping I'd be the name that get called. But sadly, by the time the actual season started, they threw me on the practice squad, where I stayed my whole rookie year. And after that season was over, coach called me into the office saying that he needed to talk to me, and I'm thinking maybe this is my time, he gonna put me on the depth chart or something. But nah, man, he had to talk to me about something completely opposite of what I was thinking. Right there in that office, he let me know that I was cut. And you know they always try to make you feel better saying to stay in shape because you never know when you can get a call. You know, they tell you everything that don't make you feel any better, and it just sounds cliche. And at this moment, I was crushed. Now, instead of me going back home to Mississippi, I chose to stay out here in California, and the main reason was because, I mean, if I'm being honest, I felt like a failure to everybody that had high hopes of me back home. So I didn't even want to go back. Instead, I created my new life out here in Cali. And for a year, I've been staying in shape, just waiting to get that call that an NFL team needs me. And as y'all heard earlier in the video, I'm finally getting that shot. And of course, I'm excited, man. The only thing I'm slightly worried about is that I'm going back to the LA Rams, and they did me dirty the first time, if I'm being real. So hopefully they won't do me like that again. And like y'all heard my agent say, it's a completely new program now. It's a new head coach, they need a quarterback. Stafford retired, and this is my shot.
Welcome to tonight's preseason matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Las Vegas Raiders. A special story is unfolding here. Cameron Bentley Jr. is making his long-awaited return to the NFL. Bentley takes the snap, drops back, looks left, fires over the middle left side, and it's caught. Great grab across the 50. Is Bentley. Can't find a target, and he says, hey, I can run too. Picking up the Rams, first down. Bentley with the keeper. Look at him go. Bentley in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Pressure coming off the edge. Breaks a tackle, rolling to his feet. Still on his feet at the 10. He's in for a Rams touchdown.
Now, y'all see your boy just dominated that first preseason game, showing that I still got it. But like I said, that was the preseason. Now it's time to get into the nitty gritty. The regular season of the NFL, where I will be the QB1 of the Los Angeles Rams. Let's go, y'all boys. First game of the season, and as y'all can see, we are taking on the Green Bay Packers. Now look, as y'all know, we just made it back to the NFL. And we taking the field for the first time, but I cannot mess up this opportunity. Started my first drive of the NFL, and them nerves is kicking in, but it's all good. And you can low-key tell because I just rushed that pass to the tight end. He was already covered. So the first pass of my NFL career goes incomplete. Dropping back in the pocket, I notice everything is covered downfield, so I take off. O-line was holding their blocks, and I'm able to pick up around 14 on the scramble. Facing the 3rd and 10, I'm shifting to the left. Y'all see I hesitate on giving it to my halfback coming across the left, and that gave the defense enough time to get in my face and force an incompletion. Green Bay goes down and takes the lead with the score being 7-3. Now drop it off to Puka Nacua coming across the middle. And before y'all ask, man, no, Davante Adams is not on the team. Rolling out to the right again, I could have hit my tight end, but instead we're going right back to Puka. Slipping one tackle and taking off for a huge gain before it being brought down, man. Let's get it. Before you know it, we facing the 4th and goal. Trying to avoid the turnover on downs. I'm going to catch my guy wide open for an easy touchdown. Started the 3rd quarter, and we are up 3 with the score being 10-7. Catch my boy Burks open on the slant. I'm going to give it to him, and he is able to gas the defense with this reception. 3rd and 10, can't find nobody open, but my time is getting thinner in the pocket. I see a gap, and I think about scrambling, but get rid of it at the last minute, and it winds up a first down. 2nd and 4 inside the red zone. Looking to capitalize right here, going with the play action. I'm rolling out to the left, and I catch my rookie tight end with a step on the defense and deliver a complete dot for another touchdown. Now in the 4th quarter with a 17-7 point lead against Green Bay, I start to get too comfortable and throw a horrible pass to Puka, and it winds up intercepted for the first interception of my NFL career. And just like that, they make it a game with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Score is now 10-17. We are still up. I'm trying to end the game, and I take off for a huge scramble, stepping out of bounds to avoid that tackle. 2nd and 8, faking the handoff, rolling out to the right, but it's taking too long, and I get brought down with a sack. 3rd and 22, I see a space in the line, and I take off. Showcasing my speed, I'm able to get past defenders, picking up even more than that first down, but I end up fumbling. But thankfully, my team recovers. Before you know it, it's time to convert another first down at a 3rd and 12. I'm going to give it to my running back coming out the backfield. He's able to keep this drive alive for us. Very next play, we hand it off to him. Set up with some great blocks, and he's going to take full advantage, getting all the way into the end zone. And just like that, man, we were able to come out and get that win, with the final score being 24-18. And I feel like I performed pretty well, especially for my debut. Finishing the game with 184 passing yards for 2 touchdowns. Second game of the season here at the beautiful SoFi Stadium. Y'all see your boy getting the team hype, man. We ready to come out and take another dub. And for the second game of the season, we up against Brock Purdy and the 49ers. 2nd and 6, I'm climbing up inside the pocket, and I catch a wide open Trey Burks across the middle, and he pick up some good yards after the catch. 2nd and 9, moving down that field. I did think about giving it back to Treylon Burks, but instead I scramble out the pocket, and that's a good decision as I get into the end zone, scoring my first rushing touchdown of my career. '49ers don't score. I'm rolling out to the right. That pass rush is coming after me full speed, but I get rid of it right before being hit for a huge completion. Before you know it, we facing the 3rd and 15. I'm getting outside that pocket. Got my eyes locked in on that first down mark. The rookie Felix pick up a nice block, and I'm able to get that first and more before stepping out. But at a 3rd and 10, I end up being brought down for a sack, and we just gonna settle for that field goal. Score is now 10-3. At a 2nd and 5, we looking for Puka Nacua, and he comes down with a nice catch. Just like that, we are lined up inside the 5. Sadly, even after connecting with Puka Nacua like that, I end up getting sacked for what would be the last play of the half. Start of the third quarter, the score is still 10-3. Everybody covered downfield, but of course they leave me some space, so I take full advantage, juking one defender out his shoes before being brought down past midfield. 2nd and 10, Burks got inside leverage on his defender, so I give it to him. The DB breaks it up, it flies in the air and gets intercepted for my 2nd of the season. Just like that, they go tie the game up. Now we're facing the 3rd and 9, but I'm able to find Trey Burks again across the middle for a quick first down. 4th quarter now, I'm moving down that field. As soon as my tight end make his break, the ball is already in the air for him to complete. Facing the 2nd and 7 now, trying to take back that lead. Once again, I'm scrambling out the pocket, picking up some good yards on the ground, sliding before I get to that 10. Very next play, we got Puka on a slant, man. Let's go his way for that touchdown. Taking the lead once again. $50 seconds left in the game. Score 17-10. Still putting the ball in the air for another touchdown to my tight end. And for 2 weeks in a row, we are able to come out on top. This time with the final score being 10-24. Your boy had a pretty good game, except for that interception. Those are the kind of ones you just can't help. I finished this game with 230 passing yards for 2 touchdowns. 3rd game of the season, right back at home. And what in the world possessed me to run like that, man? I don't know. But anyways, we taking on the Detroit Lions. First pass play of the game goes for 8 yards with a connection to Puka. Faking that handoff at a fresh set of downs. I'm looking, I can't find nobody open, so I decided to take it myself. Spinning out of 1 tackle before being brought down for a gain of 9. Now this right here, ladies and gentlemen, bring me back to my Washington days. Pressure right in my face, but it don't matter. We delivering a straight bomb downfield to my boy Treylon Burks. Look, man, I'm slowly earning my respect in the league as a quarterback throwing complete dives. 20 seconds left in the first. We got my tight end on a corner route. Nobody there to cover him, so I'm delivering a dot his way for a first down. Detroit comes back and ties the game up. 30 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. My halfback is playing out of his head, man. Gonna take off for a huge run. Nobody on the defense is gonna fetch him, giving us the lead going into halftime. 4th quarter now, and the score is 17-14. We got that 3-point lead. Having trouble finding an open receiver, and I'm not trying to force nothing. Rolling out to the left side, we find Puka Nacua wide open, delivering a beam his way. He gets us that first and more. Another handoff to the halfback, man. He gonna do the rest. I can't even make this up, man. The boy going crazy today with another touchdown. We now got a 24-14 lead against Detroit. Y'all thought he was done, man. He's not done. I hand it off to him again, and he makes another house call. He playing like Saquon. So we're able to send Detroit home with an L, and we now got a winning streak, taking 3 dubs back-to-back. And I finished this game with 181 passing yards for 1 touchdown. 4th game of the season, we are now at the home of the 49ers. Still looking to take that win just like we did earlier in the season against them. First pass play of the game, and my right guard gets blown right by. The defense gets to me for a sack. We go 3 and out that first drive, and our 2nd drive starts off in our own end zone. Rolling out to the right, and Puka's finally able to free up some space, and he gets that first down and more. Moving down that field, but facing the 3rd and 10, and now it's my left tackle that gets blown by, and I get brought down with another sack. Finally, on a 4th and inches, with 10 seconds left in the half, I keep the ball on the read option, and I'm able to muscle my way into the end zone for our first 6 of the game.
The Rams get their first points of this game just before halftime.
1st and 10 lined up just inside the 20. We're able to capitalize on that first down with my boy Whittington being wide open. Up 14-3, facing the 3rd and 22, rolling out to the right, scanning the field. I'm able to buy myself enough time to find Puka wide open. He take off for a big gain, nearly getting inside the end zone. 2nd and goal, we going with an RPO. I dish it off in the flat to my tight end, and he's able to get us that touchdown. And just like that, we beat the 49ers again, this time with the final score being 21-10. And I finished the game with 160 passing yards for 2 touchdowns. 5th game of the season, and we right back at home. Look, man, the boys feeling good. We on a 4-game winning streak, and we just looking to make that 6 as we going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2nd and 10, starting to play off with my receiver going in motion. I find Puka Nacua early this game with an easy crossing route completion. He's able to make something out of nothing. First drive, we ended up going 3 and out, but the defense is on our side, man. They give us another chance by roughing the kicker. So we get another try on that drive, and now we're facing the 3rd and 4. I drop it off to my halfback. He is able to get us enough for that first down and keep the chains moving. 3rd and 1, I immediately know where I'm going, and it's to my tight end, Felix, taking us deeper into the red zone. 2nd and goal, taking a snap, dropping back, and I find number 12 open again, this time for a touchdown. There was a flag on the play, but it was on the defense, so of course we declined. Pittsburgh goes down and scores 2, tying the game up. They leave me a wide open gap. Of course, I'm going to take full advantage, and I get lit up, but it's all good. 3rd quarter now, and the Steelers go up 14-7. Rolling out to the left, I don't see nobody open, so I take it myself, gashing the defense on the ground once again. Very next play, after a short completion, my boy Puka Nacua is injured, but man, I hope it's not a serious one, because y'all know how bad we need him. Puka is out of the game as of right now at least, but my tight end steps up, makes a big catch, and takes it into the end zone. Now, my boy is a rookie, and y'all don't know him, but y'all gonna know him soon enough. They go up 21-14, but guess who is wide open down the field? The rookie tight end makes a huge play again. Only he was a tad bit faster, but it's all good, man. I can't complain. What a big play. He's stepping up now that Puka is out. Rolling out to the right, man. I'm trying to find somebody open, and it's not looking good for me. I try to get rid of it last minute, and somehow defense is going to catch it before it hit the ground. And to make matters even worse, he is going to return this all the way back for a pick 6, man. This really hurts. 4th quarter, we was about to tie the game up. That just changed everything. Trying to forget about that pick 6. Next drive, and Puka Nacua is back in. I connect with him across the middle for a huge gain. But before you know it, we facing a 4th and 21. My boy had a sliver of space, so I'm having to squeeze it to him, but it winds up incompleted, and the Steelers will take over on downs. They don't score. We got 3 minutes in the 4th quarter, and I'm not going to lie, I look like a rookie out there, man, forcing a pass when I did not have to force it. Winds up getting intercepted, and that pretty much just ended the game. So just like that, we take a L, the first of the season, with the final score being 31-14. I mean, I had a horrible game, if we being real. I threw 2 interceptions at the worst time possible, 1 pick 6, like, I don't know, man. I finished this game with 236 passing yards for 2 touchdowns. But this is where I would end the video, man. If y'all want to see how the rest of the season unfolds, y'all will have to come back for the next episode. But hopefully y'all enjoyed it, man. Be sure to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. And let me know if I should keep this series going. But with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.